Playing no game.
All right, here we go. Peace and Black Power family. Welcome to another Sonetta TV House of Consciousness production. We are here. This is what you all been waiting for. We got a powerful contender up in the building. Battle Truth taking on Brother Polight, and you already know Polight's always come with these topics, man. And the topic is dealing with woman. Let's get it in. Let me get the whole thing. Jesus or the black woman? Who has been there for us? Who is the key to our liberation? Brother Polight taking on Battle Truth, the Christian. And this is going to be one y'all don't want to miss, man. So let me swing this up. Let me let you know. I came up with the rounds on my own so we could be fair with it. And here's round one. The topic for Brother Polight: can you share historically how the black woman has been here for us? And the same question for Battle Truth: can you explain historically how how God has been here for us? Round two: can you prove the powers of the black woman, Polight, that should be bear witness to? That we can bear witness to. Can you prove the powers of the black woman, Brother Polight? And the same question for Battle Truth: can you prove the powers of God that we can bear witness to? Oh man, Battle Truth, I think this shit might be a landslide for Battle Truth, Polight. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just gonna moderate fairly and let y'all get it in. Round three: how can God help our people from this condition? And Brother Polight, how can the black woman help our people from this condition? So in round one, here's the opening rounds. I'm going to let you open up first, Polight, for your opening round. Not the opening round, but for the 2-minute introduction. Let the people know what you're getting ready to prove. In this 2-minute introduction, Brother Polight, it is on you, my brother. Time will start when you start talking.
Okay, I just got over Instagram real quick to promote. You want me to do what? Opening round?
Yeah, this is a 2-minute opening round. Let the people know what's going on, what it is that you're battling Battle Truth about. Let the people know what you're going to prove. Let them know. Just let the family know. Let them know. Opening arguments.
Okay, I see there's 1 minute and 41 seconds left.
No. I'm starting that over. I'm restarting that. Go ahead. It's on you, brother.
Peace to the family. This Brother Polight, head of the Crown Illustrious Supreme Grand After Section of our New Covenant community. And as I said before, I'm down with brotherly love. Okay? I'm all with it. There's a lot of unemployed black folk out here, especially the Christians. So I'm here to give one of them some work. Even though I'm pro-black, pan-African, black nationalist, I'm going to give our good Christian brothers some work. Okay? That's how much love I got in me. Today, I'm going to deal with the black woman. She's always been there for us since time immemorial. She's the progenitor of society. The progenitor of society. She is the mother of all races. And so, as far as I'm concerned, any argument about God or the black woman, who should I confide in the most, is moot. But I do this anyway for the unsuspecting brothers and sisters that's looking to find their way. I do this anyway so I can heavily arm my good brothers and sisters who have to go into these diatribes with the unfortunately lost brothers and sisters of our Christian community, with the unsuspecting brothers and sisters who have made subscriptions to the contemporary monotheistic religions of today. Because our people suffer from an acculturation process. So this means that we have adopted foreign ideas and cultures as our very own, because since our inception or existence on planet Earth, we've been espoused to these falsehoods. Why would we think our mother or father would lie to us? Why would we think grandma or grandpa would lie to us? So today's the day where we have to let go of the boogeyman. We have to get rid of Santa Claus. And along with them two, we got to get rid of you.
All right. Battle Truth. Battle Truth is on you. The time will start when you start, my brother. And this is your opening argument. Let the people know what it is that you're going to be arguing, what you're going to prove tonight, and if Polight stand a chance with you on this topic. Go ahead, brother. It's on you.
So basically, this argument comes down to the creator versus the creation. Let's basically sum it up in those two words. Creation over the creator. It sounds foolish as it may sound, as frivolous as it may sound, but this is what we debate. God's creation over him himself, who created the very thing he's going to be defending. No, don't make no sense at all. And that's why you got me here. I'm going to break down all these things, and we're going to definitely go into it, because at the end of the day, with all the strength and all the power and all the success of attributes that any human being has think that they came to come across to give them liberation, you will find out God is the source behind all these things, whether they want to give him credit or not. And at the end of the day, even when creation fades away, God still remains to be God, never changing, always still God as he was since the beginning. And in this debate, you're going to find out not only is God still sustaining and holding things all together, you're going to find out that even in a lot of his speaking he's going to do, he's going to give credit to God without even knowing he's going to do it. And I'm going to pick them out, and I'm going to expose it and show y'all how God continued to reveal himself even through lies and deception. And you're also going to see the reality of what this debate is really about. Is it really about God, or is it really about one's own desire of what he claimed to believe, that he believed what is God to him, instead of God being God, period? That's what this debate is going to show you. The ultimate truths of God's power, truth, liberation, and how he remains to still be undefeated in the world that's against him, that's being spoke about through all these lies and deceptions of what people say and do. So with that being said, let's get this debate on.
All right, so there you go. You had Battle Truth opening argument, and you had Brother Polight opening argument. Battle Truth, I would like for you to start this first round, and it's called, Can you explain historically how God has been there for us? I'm going to give you 10 minutes in this round, and Brother Polight, you will be coming back with, can you explain historically how the black woman has been there for us? So Battle Truth, the time will start when you're ready. Let me know when you're ready, brother, and we're going to start this time.
Well, when we ask, have God been there for us? God created a planet for us that we live on. So he had it already in mind, the place that we would inhabit as human beings. So that goes without saying, have God been here for us, when God, the one that gave us everything that provides for us, the air we breathe, the food we eat, the water we drink, the place where we live. That right there is not something that man can create. That's something that was here before man even knew what it even was there for. We breathe without permission. Our heart beat without permission, showing that God is in control of life itself and holds our very breath in his hand. The very planet that orbits around the sun is orbiting on a divine order. You can explain it any way that you want to explain it, but God's hand is involved. The Bible says the earth hangs on nothing, and the thing that holds it up is God's divine order in his word, Hebrews chapter 1. God has always been here for us. The problem with man is they fail to give God that credit, because man want to be independent of God rather than dependent of God. It's a big difference. When we talk about how God been here for us, and you look at everything man has tried to do to destroy that very thing, God remains to be God. God continued to show his love through the people who's unworthy and deserving of it. God continued to show he's sovereign even when things seem like they chaos and out of control. When putting God on the stand for being God, what it does shows is he's just and we are wicked. When you see how, when you go through life and when you go through history, everything started from God. God created Adam, and from Adam created him Eve. So God right here is showing that he the one who made the divine purpose and plan for life itself. So even asking, have God been there for us? The question is yes, because even in our sinful nature, when we rebel against God, when we continue to sin against God, God also made a way for us to be forgiven for our sins that we know we guilty of every day through Jesus Christ, that we can escape hellfire and obtain eternal life through the justice that Christ did on the cross for us. So when we ask and have God been there for us, yes, he's been there for us. He continued to be here for us. No man can say he is without sin. So therefore, if you know that you are a sinner, then you are held accountable for those sins before a just and holy, righteous God, who you can't bribe, who you can't give him anything but accept what he did for you. So when you see this plan of God being here for mankind, the cross shows his plan for mankind, him being there for mankind, saving mankind for his sin, and giving them a plan to obtain eternal life through that sacrificial system that Jesus Christ did on that cross 2,000 years ago so we could be saved. Not only us, our family and our children. Not only that, when you come into the relationship of God, being blessed through his Holy Spirit, what happens is he gives you the wisdom to be able to accomplish the will and purpose of God in your life for your family and children, and give you victory over the enemies in this life that the devil used to actually cause strife and contention among people and brothers and believers through spiritual wickedness in high places. I know this may seem strange to some people. They like, hold on, what is he talking about? I'm talking about what the real plan of life. The real plan of life is understanding God created this planet and earth. And if God created this planet and earth, you have to go through the person who know what it's all about, rather than trying to find it out on your own. When you separate from God, this is when the problems come in life, where we struggle. We go through a lot of problems, that a lot of this stuff led into captivity as a rebellion against the living God. But still, God remains to be sovereign. He still remains to be true, because even through all these situations, he will send deliverers. He will send people to liberate those who was lost and captives. Now, it's crazy how we say things like, what have God done for us? Without even understanding you are a miracle within yourself. God gave you life. That had nothing to do with you. You was given the permission to God to live on the earth that you own right now. Everything that you call yourself obtaining of your own came from what God already created and made. We don't create and make food. It was already here. Your heart beat without your permission. You have no control over it. Even when one attempt to even try to commit suicide, his own body will war against him, because it don't answer to him. It's on a divine order. When we see the state that we in as people, what is the reason for our state that we in? Because we sinners. And as a result of sin brought in chaos. Sin brought in chaos. And this is the reason where you're going to find out, even while he speaks, this is the number one problem. No matter how intellectually you try to define it, no matter what you say, the end results to every problem, the result to every problem that's going to be mentioned throughout this debate is sin. And what's the answer to sin? The cross. The crucifixion of Jesus Christ dying on the cross for sins, that you may be righteous before the living God. And when there's righteousness, there is holiness, which gives you power to overcome. And you will find out that once you obtain that and lock into that, that's when your success and liberation actually really begins. Because the wickedness of men do not work out the righteousness of God. And you will find out that even through Jesus Christ hanging on that cross, and people looked at it as a sign of weakness, it was victory. It was victory. When you see a suffering, crucified cross, Jesus Christ on the cross, and people looking at it like he's defeated. He's dead. He's gone. That you may have life, death must be conquered. In order to have life, death must be conquered. And the purpose of the resurrection was to prove that I have the power over death. I'm going to do something that never been done so that y'all can know without a doubt it been done. I conquered death. And because I conquered death, as you go through death, I can give you life. The same life that I obtained by conquering death. So when you say if God done anything for us, I think God is doing everything for us. The question is you able to accept what he done for you? Because even if you don't accept what he done for you, you still got to answer the things that you done to him. So in that speaking, it's a condemnation in yourself. Because at the end of the day, you cannot escape these truths. You are a sinner in need of a savior. If you remove the savior, you must stand accountable for your sins. And nobody can be God but God. And as you begin to try to explain God being in a human being as a woman, that contradicts your whole argument. Because God must cover all things and not just the certain thing. So while you stuck in the certain, I'm going to address the all. Because even in earth, you got to explain what's outside of earth. What's governed the earth, which is the heavens. The earth is being governed by the heavens. So we know that man who can't even reach the heavens have no power over the heavens. So while you limited to where you're going to be positioned in this argument in a woman, you're going to find out that God who created the woman through the man, she can't even obtain that without getting assistance from a man. So your whole argument is frivolous because the man is greater than the woman. And scripture shows that. Adam named her woman. Adam named her Eve, Genesis chapter 3 and 2. So even her name come from a man, which shows ownership. Woman, she will be called, for she was taken out of a man. Womb, W-O-U-N-D, man, M-A-N. His supernatural intelligence combined them together. Woman, for she was taken out of a man. And I would call her Eve, personally. So her species is named woman after a man named Adam who named her. And then she's named personally by the name of Eve during a relationship. So she was named by the person who actually was put over her, Adam, because she was made for the glory of man. And man was made for the glory of God. And during this debate, I'm going to break all that down and really show you her true existence, her power, and what she lacked that shows that she cannot be in control because they rule by emotions.
All right, Brother Polight. I told you your hands going to be full in this debate right here. My man, Battle Truth is coming out the gate kicking, swinging, throwing haymakers. And he's setting the tone for this debate. So we got Brother Polight coming up. I see we got some heavy hitters up in the building. Shout out to Sinful to P. I see you, my brother. All the scholars is coming out. I already see my man. I know my man Pastor Bennett is up in the building. Black Jesus is up in the building. Sister Ma'at, Garfield, you name it. Brother Morpheus is up in the building. Man, listen, it's going to be on and popping. All right, family? So, Sinful to P. There go my beloved. There go my brother. He in here. Another scholar on the down low. All right, y'all slipping. All right, so without any further ado, Brother Polight, let me come at you with this, brother. Let me read this right so you don't get it messed up. Let me read it right to you, brother. All right, here we go. Brother Polight, it is on you. Time will start when you start. The topic is, can you explain historically how the black woman has been there for us? It is on you, brother. The 10 minutes will start when you start, Brother Polight.
Okay. Where do I start? Round one. Can you give me the question one more time and I'm going to start coming out guns blazing?
All right, Brother Polight, question again. Can you share historically how the black woman has been there for us, brother?
Yes. Not only will I share historically how the black woman has been there for us, I'm going to make some citations. because we have to teach these Christian folk methodology, the scholarly method. I mean, we ain't even doing PowerPoints, man. You can get away with all sorts of debauchery, but you still spew this rhetoric. So let's start here. His job was to speak on God historically. My job is to speak on the black woman historically. Why is it that he keeps referencing, this is what he says, he keeps asking what God has done for us? This is not the question or the theme for this particular round. When you watch this back, you're going to hear him in an argument talking about what God has done for us. So he gets sidetracked or whatever he's talking about. So he's already off subject matter. Here's another thing. He talks about how God provides us the food we eat, what we drink, place where we live. Now, we know damn well this is coming from his erroneous convictions, because he can't bring nobody to us right now named God that's responsible for the food we eat, drink, and the places where we live. In fact, our parents gave us food, clothing, and shelter. And religion makes us abandon our parents and our better lives. We live in a project that got no chimneys, and we still think Santa Claus done came down because of these crazy stories. And left us some gift, knowing that our parents is the ones going to work, busting their behind to put a gift under that damn tree for us, and we give the credit to some white man. We do the same thing with Jesus. But I will not digress. He said the absence of sin is the cross. I have no idea what this has to do with God and proving him historically and how he's been there for us historically, but I will prove to you that the black woman has been there for us historically in a short period of time. I'm on the 8-minute mark. But we could have did without that. The absence of sin is the cross. I'm sitting to myself asking, why is he saying this? Why is he saying things like this? We want to know if he can prove who God is, what God is, his effect on us historically. Any way you want to put that in context, give us God historically, and you failed horribly. I also like to say, if we're talking about history, give us a date or a time or a reference, my brother, so we could corroborate the testimony of the book that you're referencing. But you're saying things out of that book, and you're saying other things that I never heard come out of that book, but you failed to reference dates and times. So how can you think you prove God historically if you don't even give us one date or time in that damn 10 minutes? So he spoke about God creating Adam, but he gave us no date or time or point of reference for Adam. He talked about Eve, but he gave us no date or time to reference Eve. He talked about the devil, but gave us no date or time to reference the devil. He talked about Jesus on the cross, but gave us no date or time to reference Jesus on the cross. So how are you proving to us that God exists historically or has impacted us historically if you don't even give us a date or a time? See, you guys got to get back into the books and learn the scholarly method. You can't skip things for time. You just can't do that. He said that Adam and Eve, Adam controls or owns Eve, I'm paraphrasing, that Eve is the woman, and he says, see, woman, womb man, we know woman is just no womb man, but he uses a semantic instead of actual etymology, and not even English etymology, because we know woman doesn't take us to womb man in English etymology, but thinking or observing the fact that he's defending the Bible or his God, why wouldn't you reference a proto-Semitic language, such as Hebrew? So the word for Eve is power. And it literally means rib, and it comes from a Sumerian ancient Iraq text, where it stipulates that the woman named Eve, or the woman you call Eve, who would be the equivalent of power in the Sumerian text, whose name means rib or cells of the rib, it is suggested in their text that it was her rib cell that helped animate man. So we're going to go into etymology. Let's go into the word power, mother all living in so-called Hebrew. And let's do an etymological check to see where that word comes from. And when we go into the Akkadian language, when we go into the Cuneiform form, when we go into the Sumerian text, we go to Kawa, is where you get the word power from. And we'll see where the reference comes from, and we'll find out, oh shit, the stories that pre-exist the Bible says that woman was here first, if you choose to do etymology. How have Black women impacted us historically? We could go to Maya Jameson, born October 1956, so we can reference this Black woman, and she was she's the first admitted astronaut in training, and she also helped with remedies for hepatitis B. We could go to Katherine Johnson, born August 26, 1918. Known as the human computer, NASA used this Black woman to further advance space and aeronautic system and everything. She's known as the human computer. She was used to further the agenda of the space programs in NASA. We wouldn't even have the sciences we have today in space physics and so forth and so on if it wasn't for her uncanny ability to make evaluation. We got Septima Clark, born December 15, 1987. 1987. There goes another date. She helped break down, or she helped with citizenship in schools, and she helped push voter registration. Very important. Because if we do not vote municipally, if we don't get involved in municipal elections, then everybody that's not of our race becomes the DA, becomes the judge, becomes the policeman that's high ranking in office. Never mind voting for the president, we got to get into municipal elections. So even if you don't like voting, municipal elections is all wise right in that. You need to participate in that. And you got to thank Septima Clark of December 15, 1987 for that. We go to Ida B. Wells, born July 16, 1862, for her investigative journalism for bringing light to the lynchings that was taking place in the South, making the world bear witness to it. And it brought about reform and change because many people didn't even know how they was brutally slaying us. Many people didn't even know about the racial animus being heavily perpetrated against us physically in all sorts of violent forms. But thanks to her investigative journalism, Ida B. Wells, born July 16, 1862, is a Black woman that helped shed light on things to further ignite or initiate the movement. She was the impetus for the Black Power movement in many ways. We got Harriet Tubman, March 1822. She freed over 1,000 slaves. And she's the first woman in American history to lead a bunch of men to war. And she successfully won the damn war. She lived to be the great age of 91 years old. A true superhero in real life. Not this sky daddy. Not this cracker on a cross. A real Black woman who went back and forth when she freed herself because her own goddamn husband didn't want to leave. She came back and she freed more of her family. Came back, freed more of the Black family. Came back, freed them all. Then joined the goddamn Civil War. Led a bunch of grown fucking men. And still survived the war, goddammit. So how the hell you gonna give me Jesus in place of Harriet Tubman, Maya Jameson, Katherine Johnson, Septima Clark? And I can keep going on now. I can tell you about Sojourner Truth. I can tell you about Rosa Parks. You heard her. I can keep this thing going on. Black women have played an integral role in history. Don't let them just tell you about the Black woman getting abortions. Don't let them just tell you about the Black woman filing for child support. Don't let them change the history and do the job of the weak and the wicked white man that will have you look at your own female sister counterpart as the enemy. Jesus is the goddamn enemy. Jesus ain't come back and free not one fucking slave. Not one slave was freed by Jesus. You got the goddamn nerve to be here sitting a grown Black man having a historical debate for this round and ain't give us no damn dates of time?
Woo! Damn, man. Yo, Polight, I'm just gonna say you took it to a whole nother level. I never heard this one come out. I'm saying, damn, is Polight gonna come with the same information? Or is he coming with something new? And the brother damn sure came with something new. I mean, yo, I'm not here to judge. I leave this up to the people and family. All I want to ask you, man, if you ain't gonna send me no goddamn donations through the Cash App, I still love you. You can still thumb up the video for your brother. At least thumb the video up for your brother, family. That's all I ask, man. Thumb the video up so the people can get this video. You know what I'm saying? So let's move on to the second round. Oh, man, Battle Truth.
Could you hear me?
If you want another 2 minutes to rebuttal this, you could, Battle Truth, and I'll let Polight 2-minute rebuttal, or we go to the second round. It's up to you, brother.
Okay, look, hold on. Let me just say something.
Go ahead. Hold up. No. Answer me first. Do you want...
No, I just want to do my... Look.
All right, I'm gonna let you do your second round.
Look, right? Because this is what I want to say. This is what I want to say, Sinette.
No, hold on. I got to give you a second round, brother. We don't want extra words in here. You got to say all of that within this. Same with Polight.
No. Wait. But I want to stick to what was told to me, bro. And this one.
Go ahead, brother.
So when we talked on
the. No, because you already shot yourself in the face. I'm finna kill you, so don't even worry about that.
All right, hold on, Polight. Let me hear the brother out. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, here's the thing. When you called me to do this debate with him, right? We said we were gonna be debating the black woman or Jesus Christ, right? We said that, right? Now, okay. Now, when we get on here, you got 3 rounds, but you breaking down what each round should be about. That was not addressed to talk about, but it's okay though. I don't really care. But
this easy for you though, brother. This
okay, no doubt. But hold on, wait, Polight, because I'm talking to
Polight, let him finish,
that's
brother.
true. I'm talking. Am I lying though? Am I lying?
No, you're not lying, brother.
Okay,
but when I said I'm going to give you 3 rounds, I said I got to put a topic to each round. Remember when I was saying that on the phone? I said, yo, we got to get 3 rounds. I know. Do you remember, Polight? When I said we want to get a...
I remember you describing every round live for everyone, and he didn't object. He went through with the first round.
Hold on. I don't even really care because you smoked. You just killed your.
Okay, so let's get it in. Let's not mess it up. Let's get it in.
Okay, yeah.
Here's the second one, and the time will start when you're ready.
Wait. I do want to do my rebuttal on him.
Okay, I'm gonna let you get a 3-minute rebuttal, and then I'll let Polight come back with 3 minutes rebuttal, and then we will come with the second round. We will come with the second round. All right.
Now,
hold on.
We create new shit now.
No.
It's all right, Polight. Hey, I'm the moderator. Y'all gotta go by what I tell y'all, man.
You just smoked yourself.
Hold on, y'all. When I speak, y'all both gotta be quiet, man, so I can get it in. So y'all, I'm gonna be fair with both of y'all. And when I talk, y'all gotta both be quiet. Is what I say is what goes. I'm the judge right now. I got on your black robe, Battle Truth, right now. I'm the judge. All right, so Battle Truth, you got 3 minutes to rebuttal. Brother Polight, you will have 3 minutes to respond after this. It's on you, Battle Truth. Time will start when you start, brother.
As y'all listen to this brother, he just shot himself in the face. This brother literally sat here going against Christ. His exact word was, Jesus did not free no slave. Jesus didn't free nobody. He arguing the black woman over Christ. And as y'all can see, where his history is starting in the 1900s for him. But notice what he said. He had the nerve to mention Harriet Tubman, who is a Christian woman, who give her credit in everything she did to Jesus Christ. But Jesus never freed the slaves. Jesus never freed one slave, and he ended his round with a dramatic, impactful salute to Harriet Tubman, a Christian woman who believed in Jesus Christ that freed all these hundreds of slaves. You shot your own self in the face, brother, and you proving my argument that not only have God always been here, that he continued to be sovereign and in control. We really arguing creation over the creator. Jesus never did nothing. Y'all heard him say that out his mouth. But then do a whole salute of Harriet Tubman? Do he really know who Harriet Tubman is? Do he really know what she did? Do he really know what she believed in? Who she gave all her credit to of her liberating all these slaves? Who leading she was going off of, which is the Holy Spirit in Jesus Christ. But Jesus never did nothing. You just shot your own self in the face, brother, for speaking without having the true knowledge of what you claim to be smart about. So with that being said, you just lost round one clearly out of admission out of your own mouth. Proving Jesus Christ was involved, proving Jesus Christ liberated, proving that he is God, proving he is sovereign, proving that he's involved, proving that he is saving. So with that being said, bro, how you gonna get around that? When you admitted it out of your own mouth, and thank God it's being recorded because they heard them say it. And if anybody know anything about Harriet Tubman, she was a Christian woman led by Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit. And that's where her calling came from. So thank you, Brother Polight, for shooting yourself in the face. 1-0. We're going into the second round. Another victory for Jesus Christ. You can have your rebuttal.
All right, Brother Polight, you got 3 minutes time. We'll start when you start, brother.
Okay, so it's very clear they're hard of hearing. So let me say this. In the very beginning of all of this, I said we suffer from an acculturation process. What is acculturation? Acculturation is when you're born into foreign ideas and cultures and accepted as your very own. I said this in the very beginning. I prefaced my statements with acculturation. Second, I then made an analogy to Santa Claus and said we don't even have chimneys in the hood and not in the project, but we'll tell our children that the gifts under the tree come from Santa Claus, and they'll grow up believing this. Unbeknown to them, their parents were the one working hard, putting it under the tree. We can go to the tooth fairy, and a brother or sister lose their tooth and some money under the pillow. We give credit to the tooth fairy. Doesn't mean that it's true, even though we live by this craziness. It is an acculturation process. I do believe this man right here will not say that there's more than one God. So if Harriet Tubman is rightfully accredited for freeing X amount of black people, then most honorable Elijah Muhammad should also be rightfully accredited for freeing black people. Does this mean Allah is real? Because when you read the Quran tells you don't trust the Christian and don't trust the Jew. So the Allah of the Muslim is not the same God of the Christian. But yet people who made subscriptions to Allah have saved black people. People who have made subscriptions to Christianity have saved black people. Marcus Garvey was in Catholicism. Dr. King was a Christian. Malcolm X was a Muslim. I accredit their effort for the great work. I don't accredit the spook God for it. He's yet to show his goddamn face. I accredit the great men and women for doing their work. Because if we use your logic, then every time someone saves black people, like America, who bombs a place, then comes down with Red Cross and gives the people sandwiches, we should believe in their God. Or we should believe in the Muslim God that says don't trust the Christians. Are we going to say Elijah Muhammad didn't save anyone? Or are we only going to single out people who made subscriptions to Christianity and say their God is real? And we're going to disregard all the other people that saved black people that were also under false religions and spirituality. So the problem is words that have 3 or more syllables. Acculturation, 5-syllable words with 3-syllable alliterate, meaning anytime it goes 3-syllable upwards, our minds start to go blank and drift off somewhere. It's the way the curriculum was designed. I told you from the beginning, I prefaced my statement, I said we suffer from an acculturation process. Harriet Tubman didn't have Google. They couldn't download information at their hands with their phone.
All right, brother, time. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go with the opening round. Round 2, Battle Truth. Can you prove the power of God? This should be so easy for all those who believe in God, who believe in the power of God. Can you prove the power of God that we can bear witness to? Oh man, this should be a landslide for Battle Truth on this one. Can you prove the power of God that we can all bear witness to? Time will start when you start, my brother.
Romans chapter 1. Say God could be explained and understood by his creation. Creation itself testifies God that we all could bear witness to and attest to. Again, the earth hangs on nothing. Nothing. If that's not power, then what is? It's on a divine order. Too close to the sun, you die. Too far from it, you die. What's keeping it intact? Why, even though the world is in chaos as it is inside, why outside the heaven continue to be governed by the word of the living God? That we is factual. We ain't in control of nothing at all. But yet it remains to be on a divine order because of God. That's power. That's beyond power. Can we really explain the power of God and all bear witness to? Yes, you can. You can see the power of God even in yourself. Even in yourself as a human being. That's power to know that you once was a sperm, but now you're a human being. From what God created in the makeup and genetic of the human body. Again, your heart beat without permission. You breathe without permission. Before you even knew what it was and what was the intelligence behind it, it did it. Because it's God's given thing that he gave to mankind. Not only that, when you see how God have changed in the minds of the insane, changed the hearts of men who were once depraved and crazy. Let's take my life for an example. I can prove God's power just by my life. A drug dealing dude running the streets, gang banging. Money couldn't change me. Female couldn't change me. My children couldn't change me. Society couldn't change me. But it was only when I came to the knowledge and revelation of who Christ was that gave me the power, the boldness, the spirit, the courage, the desire and want to be a different person. And I testify to that life and the millions of people around the world who have the same testimony of who they once was. And then when they came to Christ, they are a new creation in Christ Jesus. And the things we once desired, the things we once did that we had no shame of, we don't even want to be no more. We don't even desire to do no more. I testify to my own personal life of the power of God and how he was able to change me when nobody else could. And it's millions around the whole world who could testify to the same thing. But creation itself shows God's awesome power that we can attest to. When you go out and behold the heavens, how each star is separated in its own different place and remains to hang on the word of the living God. How you look at life and see that everything that we behold and see is a testimony to God's creation and power. Everything. Men don't create trees. Men didn't create the oceans and waves. Men didn't create the continents. But they was here before us. Of course, this is God's power. This is his obvious power that no man can give credit for and say that it came from him, that he did, he made, he created. What man can say, I created these oceans and seas? I created this land and planet? He can't, because you were born in a planet that was created by the person who created the planet. Even creation itself shows you that God is God and man is not. And these little bitty minds we have thinking we gonna outthink the almighty created God, we sound foolish and stupid within our own reasoning. The evidence of God is all around us. Who only the fool says there's no God, when your very vocabulary proved that you agreeing with God. Why do you call yourself a man? Because the Bible said that God said, I will create man in my own image and likeness. Everything you trying to discredit God for, you agree to. We arguing is a woman over God, but he created the woman. You calling her a woman. You don't believe in the Bible, but you using biblical terms to justify your argument, which actually condemns your whole argument. If you don't believe in the Bible and the word of God is not true, then don't use the things of God to prove your argument. Because the moment you do that, you just went against your very argument. So you can't even use nothing or say anything that the Bible didn't already first confirm. So with that being said, when you speaking on these things, bro, you don't even see you hurt yourself in your own argument. Adam named Eve, woman. Adam, God named Adam, man. So the very God you disbelieve in, you agree to because you use his words. How you know you live on planet Earth? How you know what the sun, moon, and stars is? Where did that information come from? You didn't create it. You didn't make it. Neither your investigation. God established that. And you agreed to it at the same time trying to disagree to it. He said he wise, he's smart, he know all things. But you live on the floating planet that you have no control over. Who's in control of it? And if the very God that we say is real and you say it's not, but I'm describing his power, let's talk about his power. The universe is infinite, beyond your very reasoning. You limit it to the resources of it, even though you see the evidence of it. So here's the question to you. Can nothing create something? Because you believe in nothing, but yet you the evidence of seeing something. So can nothing create something? A smart man will automatically say, no, that's not possible. Because in order to create something, it has to come from something. Because nothing has no material. And the evidence of something is the material. So we see the evidence of everything God created, from the heavens and earth, the planet we lived on, to show that there's a design mind behind it. The whole universe is created in intelligence. Can you have intelligence without a mind? So if the universe is created on intelligence, there's a mind behind the intelligence. And if it's a mind behind the intelligence, surely he will reveal himself, his name. Then I heard you say this, brother. Why God don't show his face? As if you really want to see the face of God. A sinning, corrupted man want to see the face of a holy, righteous, just God. That's absurd when you understand what now demands that appearance. Justice. Justice. So when you asking to see God, it's only by God's mercy and grace he don't show himself to you. Because now I have to give you my justice to account for your arrogance. So when we talk about the power of God, it's all around us. The whole universe, the planet, and everything that you finna argue is an example of God's power. Women is what God created. Earth is what God created. No man can give that credit. None. So you can't even give it to nobody. Even you would have to admit out of your own mouth, this is God. Again, do man create trees? And even he planted one. Even the seed is God. So you tell me, according to the word I believe in, I read that God gave us to be true. When God put man here, it was already here. The trees and oceans and animals was here before man was here. He created man last for a reason. Because you will not get credit for what I made and created. And this is the thing you arguing right now. Trying to give somebody else credit for what God did. You love the creation and not the creator. This is a form of your own desires rather than reality. You going off your desires and not the reality of what truth is. Because truth proves you wrong and false. The evidence of God's power is what we see all around us. And even a fool will have to say, man had nothing to do with this. You don't put the stars in the sky. You don't put the planets in its alignment and rotation. You don't govern the sun. God does. And because God does that, that declares his truth, his majesty, his power. And even our depraved minds, that society couldn't even get us to be civilized and real. Even God gave us the power and desire to be better men for our families and children and loved ones. And even you in your own mind of what you believe to be God, you condemn your own argument. So that's the evidence of God's power. Creation itself. In this very debate, actually showing where you err at.
Very, very, very powerful. Very powerful opening at the second round, man. Oh, man. Battle Truth coming with that fire, coming with that passion, coming with the word of God in the building. Brother Polight, the time will start, my brother, when you start. And the question is for you, Brother Polight.
Oh, Sinetta.
Yes.
Before you say something, people asking me, look, go to Sinetta Studios, right?
SinettaStudios.com. I mean, on YouTube, Sinetta Studios.
Everybody that's listening, go to Sinetta Studios. It's S-E, right?
No, S-A.
It's S-A. S-A-N-E-T-E-R, right?
Right, Studios.
Studios. Go to Sinetta Studios. Everybody who tuning in saying you can't hear it, go to Sinetta Studios and you're gonna see and listen and hear the whole debate. So it's hundreds of people watching. Go over there on his platform and check it out.
Right. Okay, so my brother Polight, can you prove the powers of the black woman that we should bear witness to today, brother? I mean, this is gonna be a hard one. I don't know how you're gonna be able to prove this. I'm interested in seeing this one. It's on you, brother. The time will start when you start, Brother Polight.
Okay. Just give me the question one more time.
All right. Can you prove the powers of the black woman that we should bear witness to? Now, family, all my moderators, leave Jeremiah Judah alone. Jeremiah said he'd been blocked out of the chat. I don't want y'all to block my brother Jeremiah out. You know, I know he's sickness sometimes, but I put up with his mess. You know, leave him alone, man. Let him get it in, man. Let him do his thing. You know. So, Brother Polight, the question again: can you prove the powers of the black woman that we should bear witness to? That we should bear witness to. That we should bear witness to. It's on you, brother.
I got you, brother. So I got a lot to cover because he said a lot of things that had nothing to do with what we're talking about yet again. But we're going to go through it. Can we prove the powers of the black woman that we should bear witness to? Let me start off with this. In the first round, he said, literally, he said, God gave us life and he gave us permission to live. Last I checked, the black woman gave us life. And if she want to get a goddamn abortion, she'd go down the block and she could terminate us. I don't know nothing about no God being able to do that. I don't know. I know realistically, the black woman gave birth to me. You know why? Because I got a navel. We should ask him, did Adam have a navel? But he wouldn't know either. And they don't describe that in the context. Okay? So I know I got a navel. So I know a woman gave birth to me, and I know he got a navel, and you got a navel. So I let her, the black woman gave birth to her. Let's stop playing games. All right? He said, God gave us life and he gave us permission to live. He said we do not create or make food. That's a goddamn lie because the woman does that for her child when she's breastfeeding. But we'll move forward because we're going to bear witness to this woman's power. But we just got to go through some of this nonsense because I do my rebuttals in the middle of the ground. Okay? So we'll cover that. The fact that you do not know something, my brother, is not reason to believe that God created it. Every time you talk to a Christian and they talk about something they don't understand, they say, well, then who did that? That got to be God. Because I don't know how that even happened in the first place. It got to be God. This is what they say all the damn time. So I'm gonna give you an example how we clean this up. He said you can't prove man created earth. You can't prove man created earth. And I say for the same damn reason, because I ain't never said man created earth. For the same damn reason, the reason you can't believe God created it. Because you got no proof man created it, so we can't believe in it, right? So you got no proof God created it. So you can't say God created it. Use your own logic, bro. Use your own logic. Okay, he said he created man last. You see, every time the Christian don't understand something, he says it's God. So in his Christian mind, God created man last. My brother, there are over 229 new plants and animals on earth. You can go to academia for that. Okay? Now, You live in the Stone Ages and you believe no animals came after man was created because that's what the Bible says. Well, in the real world, and I'm not even talking about cloning, in the real world, there's over 229 new plants and animals. But again, when you're a Christian, the logic goes as follows. If I don't understand how it evolved, by default, it must be a rendering of God. We're not even going to use any type of scientific method or common sense whatsoever. We're just going to say anything that we're poorly educated about, we will accredit it to God until further notice. And even when they get further notice, they suffer from cognitive dissonance and they're going to disregard the new information anyway. He said, your heart beats without permission. That's a goddamn lie. Your heart is 5,000 times more magnetic than the brain and 10,000 times more electric than the brain. Your heart is connected to the vagus nervous system by way of the brain. So the brain and the heart are connected by way of the vagus nervous system, and the brain follows the decree of the heart. That's why someone can go brain dead and still be alive, but you can't go heart dead and still be alive. Okay? So misinformation fucking galore. But I'm going to go now to the subject matter. I just want to clean up some of this bullshit you're talking about because it's sad and it's sickening and it's annoying. Humble yourself, King. So why should we bear witness to the woman and her splendor and her ability? Well, first of all, when you see a grandmother, you have to bear witness to the fact. If she's a grandmother, she once represented 3 generations at once. That's powerful. She's walking around with 3 generations at once. Because when a woman is born, she's born with all the ovate cells she will ever have. That means when a woman is born, she's born with all her potential children. So at one point, if she's born with all her potential children and she's conceiving her granddaughter's mother, that means the granddaughter's mother in her womb also has her potential children in her. So that's 3 generations in one. Very interesting. Okay? We get our cognitive abilities, contrary to what your biblical disposition would tell us, from the X chromosome, chromosome 8. You get your cognitive abilities from your mother. Scientific fact. So you want to talk about intelligence and consciousness and all this other stuff, you get your cognitive abilities, your ability to discern right from wrong, consciousness. You get your ability to discern right from wrong. Your ability to respond to mental stimuli from your mother, but you dishonor her every time for the sky daddy. Colostrum fluid. It's this yellow liquid fluid, post-birth, that's designed specifically for you, that boosts your immunity, boosts your intelligence, boosts your digestive system, boosts your endocrine system, the facilitation of hormones, hormones being another word for instructions. Your mother creates a special serum exclusive for you and only you on planet Earth to raise your IQ, raise your digestion. You believe in a Jesus? Do you think you're Jesus? Mother Mary went and got some goddamn Similac? You got to be real with this information. I bear witness to the Black woman and her divinity and women in general for their ability to conceive a child for 9 months. Gestation takes place within the confines of their wombs, not a man's. I'm not looking at disregard men, though they have nipples, but their nipples are rudimentary. That means men have parts on their body. Men have parts on their body that they can't use, that women have, that the women can use. Explain that. Because you're saying that man owns her, and man is the head of her, and he's in charge of her. Why does man have parts of his body that he can't use, that his female counterpart can use? Why is her brain more symmetrical than her male counterpart? Why is her X chromosome 2.8% more genetic material than her male counterpart? Let's keep going forward. Let's just keep going forward. I bear witness to who the woman is in our community. Let's look at Henrietta Lacks. And she died in 1951. And her cells were taken from a cervical cancer biopsy to become what? The first immortal cells on planet Earth. You know Henrietta Lacks' cell has been used to cure diseases that have protected you and the rest of humanity? Do you know a Black woman's cells that still exist today? Immortal. God says that he's immortal, but we ain't bear witness to his punk ass. But Henrietta Lacks actually existed and she still exists to this day. You want to give me someone I never saw. I asked you for his fucking face. I asked you for proof of his handwriting. I asked you to call him right now during the stream and see if he answered the phone. Or you blocked. So he got you on call ID and says, I'm tired of this nigga calling on me. Don't he know I fuck with the white man? Don't he know I empowered the white man over them and gave him that goddamn book? But Henrietta Lack, she's a black woman that actually existed. We got times and dates on her. And her cells was used to cure polio, cure cancers, influenza. God damn it, they even used her cells to test it in space to see how cells respond to zero gravity. God damn it, the black woman is the God that you should be worshiping. Because every fucking thing that you don't have an answer for that you accredited to be God happens to keep tracing itself back to the black woman whose womb you came out of. Don't you know that she's impacted negatively in the environment that she's in? That when you're in her womb, those emotions diffuse into your bloodstream and impact you before you can come out to earth? You believe in this baby Jesus story, then you shall honor your mother, but you guys don't even include her. You don't even create a father. You have a homosexual trinity. You don't even say the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, and Mary. God damn it, if the story is true, Mary's a fucking gangster because she had to hide baby Jesus. Because if she fell down some stairs, she could have had a miscarriage and your Messiah would have never been born. Honor your mother. Honor your mother. And stop giving this white man fictional story more precedence than a human being that you can bear witness to and honor and marvel her in her splendor for the abilities that she has. Because you're not going to win this argument talking about things you don't understand and accrediting it to God simply because you don't understand it. When I'm talking to you about things that we do understand, that we have references for, that can be tried and proven, and you want to turn your head to it for mythos. You want to turn your head to the truth. For what reason? For speculation. My man, you got those scriptures in the interim of slavery. My man, the letter J comes into this language 1524. In 1564, 40 years later, they make a boat named Jesus. That the Africans, when they were kidnapped, started praying for Jesus to come back. They was talking about a boat, and to this day, you guys sing in the church all these songs about wade in the water and all these other water songs and wait for Jesus to come. It's a damn scripture written to come back. Jesus is a ship.
All right. Round 2 is complete. I'm going to give you 3 minutes battle truth to rebuttal, and Brother Polight will get the same treatment. 3 minutes to rebuttal, and the time will start, battle truth, when you ready, brother.
Yeah, this debate ain't going so well for this brother so far. You down 2-0, brother. Here's the point I want to know. Now, you talk about women and all this power of women, but let me just strip you of all your power right now. Can a woman produce without the seed of a man this life that you saying that she give and bring to earth, bring forth in the earth? No, she can't. No, she can't. So that right there kill your whole argument. Everything you saying is over with. She cannot produce without the seed of a man. So this life you saying she bring forth, it don't even have no existence without the seed of a man. So this God you praising as being the woman is God, she don't even have an existence without man. And like you said out of your own mouth, she came from the rib of a man. That's no disrespect to women. That's just factual and true. So this right here kills and debunks your whole argument again. She's powerless without the seed of a man. Without the rib of a man, she don't even have existence. Thank you again for proving the Bible true. Again, I thought this was really going to be hard, but this definitely not. As we continue to go into some of these things he's speaking about and talking about, it seems as though you using what women, notice your argument, Brother Polight. You saying what a woman being used to do in describing and explaining what God already made and created. Or her cells was used to see how the gravity in space is that God created and made. We do understand it. That's how come we know it comes from God. I'm just really surprised. Look, it's obvious you don't really understand who God is. That's obvious. Because you continue to keep asking to see his face. You not God. You a servant. You a slave to sin. You asking to see a holy, righteous God like you God. You a man, a feeble man who don't even have a long lifespan. You can't demand God as though you got the power to bring him off a chair. He still remains to be God with or without your approval. He's God. You will kneel before him. He don't kneel before you. You think God's supposed to just wake up to every person who want to see him to believe who he is? Oh, I ain't see God, so if I can't see him, then he don't exist. God is God. I don't jump every time y'all snap y'all fingers. If you don't have to see it for me to be real and true. That's your problem. You steady asking to see God as though you is God. You not God. You don't have no power over him. You don't even have power over your own life. That's why you complain a lot and seem to be frustrated about a lot of things. Because you have issues in you that you can't resolve because of this rebellion. And it's acting off in your actions, brother. You don't understand God. You don't understand he's a king. And kings don't answer to you. You answer before the king. It's a big difference. So stop asking why he don't show his face. When if you saw his face, you wouldn't want to look at it. You laughing, but that's real.
Oh, man. Woo. Powerful blow. Powerful comeback from Battle Truth. Brother Polight, the time.
All right, let's go. All right, good.
The
First
clock
of all,
will start, Brother Polight, when you start, brother.
Okay, let's do this for the people in the chat. Let me deal with you too. It may have went over your head. The reason why I referenced the letter J in 1524 and 40 years later, they come up with a term named Jesus. That means nobody would have called on Jesus prior to 1524. So if you got that much respect for your Lord and Savior's name, at least call him by his name, because I ain't never met anybody who turns around to a name that's not theirs when it's called. That's the logic in that. Before 1524, nobody called on no Jesus because no letter J was there. And Jesus' name was created in 1564. John Hawkins, the slave master, named his ship after that. A garden in which he prayed to 2 times a day, bare minimum, being commissioned by Queen Elizabeth. Brother, I never said that woman came from the rib. I made reference to proto-Semitic language because you were talking about the woman and womb man and all these other ghetto semantics. And I said, well, you might as well go into real etymology and see the word in the Bible, power, stemming from Sumerian culture, kawa, which means rib, and the narrative stipulates that man was saved by the rib cells of her, by a rib of a woman, who they also know as Mother Nancy, or kawa. Okay? All right, we're gonna move forward. So that was inaccurate. You went in a whole rant. You even said that man comes from the woman's rib. Please never say that again, please. This conversation is not about the black woman against her black male counterpart. This conversation isn't even about if Brother Polight says the black woman is his God. So that's nice for you to try to defer. That's nice for you to attempt to defer our attention away from the conversation. The conversation is Jesus Christ or the black woman. That's the conversation. Not if the man gave the sperm to the woman. So what are you talking about, Brother Polight? That's not the conversation. So that's another straw man argument. That's another smoke and mirror. That's more red herring because you either have attention deficit disorder or you're just not even paying attention to nothing that's going on by just virtue of the fact that you're being ignorant. I am not having a conversation about the black woman versus the black man. This conversation, which was read off to you, is about the black woman or Jesus. That's what this is about. So even if you donate your sperm to a woman for a child to be created, it has nothing to do with the argument therewith. Let me make that clear to you, good brother. Let me make that clear. So again, this is not about the male. you flip it. Okay, this is about Jesus or the black woman. And I put my faith, my confidence, my love, and my conviction into the black woman. She is real. She is greatly undermined. This is not about if she's God. This is about me having more confidence in her, and we should have more confidence in her than some Jesus.
All right, we're going into the last and final round. And after this round, I will allow you, Battle Truth, to ask Brother Polight a question. And Brother Polight, you could do the same thing. And then I will open it up for you two to engage each other in your arguments. All right, I'm going to give y'all, I would say, 7 minutes for y'all two to go back and forth and engage in y'all argument. And you know, y'all get it in the way y'all see fit. Just no disrespecting each other, no cursing each other out. Let's not wild out. This is a good and beautiful and power debate from two powerful giants up in the room right now. All right, I don't know how the people going to score this one. For real, for real. I don't know how they're going to score this one. But I'll tell you, Battle Truth, you have 10 minutes in this round, the last and final round. How can God help liberate? How can God help liberate our people from this condition that we're in today? How can God help to liberate our people from this condition? It's on you, brother.
Yeah. Again, Brother Polight, you funny. I like this brother though. Hey, check this out. My bad. Here's the thing. My bad. Okay, so I'm sitting here listening to what this brother said. He talked about the letter J 500 years ago. Oh my gosh. Again, you got to do a lot more studying, brother, because regardless to what, man, Christ is king. He's the Messiah. He's the Savior. Our condition we in is a result and matter of sin. Remember what I told y'all in the beginning of this whole debate. This all comes right back down to sin. That's the reason. That's the problem. Sin. And until sin is addressed, you're going to always have these problems. Racism, separation, division, strife, contention, fornication, all this. The black woman over God. That in itself is foolish to even speak about. We need to let this brother know that the black woman believe in Jesus Christ. That's what we need to let him know, that the black woman actually believe in Jesus Christ. Her strength come from Jesus Christ. If you ask the majority of black women who they believe in, they're going to tell you Jesus Christ. Clearly. This is something he can't even deny. He got so much knowledge and wisdom. So even again, his argument of what he arguing goes against what he arguing. Now, I'm saying this to also say this. Now, when we talk about our condition, God can save us from our condition once we decide to turn from sin and accept Christ Jesus as Lord and Savior. Until you do that, you're going to stay in these problems, these conditions, these situations. All through the word of God, we see that once man turned from sin, they was liberated. And where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. We are our freedom comes from Christ. Our freedom comes from God. It always been that way. You know, it's funny that Brother Polight speak about our condition in the United States and the white man this and Jesus never did nothing. Why do you avoid how powerful Christianity played in the freeing of the slaves in the United States? Why do you avoid the abolitionist movement? Why do you avoid all the white people that actually gave their lives and died for the freeing of the slaves who believed in Christianity? Let me guess, you're going to avoid that, sweep that under the rug as though it's not true. Right, you're supposed to. But the reality is you suppress the truth and unrighteousness. You do all this studying. I refuse to believe you don't have knowledge of that. What part did Christianity play in liberating the slaves in the United States? Because that's the reason why we free, and you avoid it. You avoid it. You try to go against it and avoid it at the same time because it proves your argument false. And it proves Christ again true. You can't have liberty apart from Jesus Christ. Who free you from the things that you're dealing with in your life if it's not Christ? Who teach love, peace, mercy, forgiveness, truth, justice. What part of that don't you get? What part of love don't you get? What part of peace don't you get? What part of truth don't you get? And where do you get it from? Where do you get it from? You get it from the black woman. That's where you get the truth from. But what I find out is it's a lot of black women who don't get it. It's a lot of black women who don't live this truth that you talking about. It's a lot of black women who abandon their children, on drugs, prostituting, addicted to a lot of things, crazy, in all type of mental places. So who is this black woman that's God? That's liberating people, that's freeing everybody, that people with the go-to for the answering source to. Who is that? When the word of God don't change, it remains to be true. It remains to be holy. It remains to be righteous. It remains to be the answer for all mankind, past, present, and future. So you just throwing something out there for anybody. I'm telling you about somebody. You searching for anybody. It's entirely different. There's only one God, one Lord, one Savior. And we have this word that's the truth, that all people can go by and be liberated and free and change from your condition we live in. You throwing something out here just saying the black woman is, the black woman is, what black woman? Yes, black women in history have done some good things, but you can't use that as a totality, because it's more that done worse than the ones that done good. You do know that, right? That's common sense. So while you speaking as a whole, you got to be selective in what you're talking about. And once you become selective, that kills your whole argument again. Because at the end of the day, the black woman or woman, she's a receiver. The Bible calls her a helper. What do that mean by she's a helper? That means she have to receive information in order to help. She have to be led by a man. Man was created for God. Women was created for the glory of the man. Not man created for woman. Women rule by emotions. Men rule by intellect. So when you explaining these situations about the woman and God, you even discredit yourself as a man. Then who are you? If she God, then who is you? The servant of her? Because there's only one God. Are you going to be under her or above her? So according to you, if the woman is God, then you under that. But hold on. I got to address something else dealing with this situation. We are liberated through the cross that Jesus Christ died on, which was a man who not only died on the cross, but claimed to be God himself, and proved it in power, proved it in word, proved it in action, proved it in love. And women followed after him by the thousands, acknowledging that he was their Lord and Savior. You talked about the black woman, but the majority of them black women you talked about believed in Jesus Christ. You kill your whole argument, brother. And you hurt yourself real bad. And God exposed your lie and glorified himself in it. Who gonna free you from sin, brother? When you have to stand before God and give an account for all your actions, who gonna stand in place of you? And when you talk about being liberty and freeing us, what are we being freed from? What destroyed oppression? What destroyed oppression? Because it's still here. Sin is the result of oppression, right? So what destroys it? Holiness, righteousness, truth, peace, the living God. And what I found to know in my life, anybody who follows God, you liberated. And the oppression of the world don't hold you down. Because your reward don't come from the east or from the west. It comes from on above. And every good and perfect gift comes from God. We don't speak about something we think about, something we feel. We talk about what we know. And you don't know that. Because you separated from it. In your mind, you believe you God. And you speak on your own intellect, which becomes your God. And it's leading you in the wrong way. So you will never be liberated. Because you're a slave to your own mind. You're a slave to your own intellect. And it continue to prove you wrong by your actions. You can't be in control of your own actions when you see yourself continuing to suffer from them. So when we talk about how can God liberate us, He liberated us through the cross. That's what freed us from addictions, from pornography, from fornication, from homosexuality, from violence, from anger. That's what freed us from slavery. The cross, the Christian movement. Talk about that. Oh, you did. You talking about Harriet Tubman, the Christian woman who went off of God to free a lot of the slaves. But you left out the abolitionist movement that was also sparked by the Christians. You forgot about that. Why you don't touch on those things? What really freed the slaves in the United States? What part did the Christian movement play in it? You avoid it over and over again. But I want your intelligence to speak about it, because when you don't speak about it, then I'm going to bust you out on it. See, I'm finna give you the chance to speak about it. Then when you don't say nothing about it, I'm going to bust you out in this rebuttal and really make you look bad. Because I'm finna show you just how powerful the Christian movement played in that whole situation, brother. And I wonder what you gonna say behind that, because you living off of it. You getting the fruits of your labor off the Christian movement that liberated you and got you the money you got in your pocket right now, what's in your home right now, and how you acting and living right now. That came off the Christian movement, brother. And I wonder if you're gonna address it. I know you're not gonna address it, but guess what? I'm gonna address it. And that's gonna be the blow that just knocked this whole thing out. You already lost this debate. That's just gonna be overkill. Thank you for this chance, Sonetta. I really appreciated it, brother. And thank you for being a good narrator.
All right, man. Powerful, powerful words from Battle Truth. You already know what it is, man. Brother Polight, man. It's going to be a hard one to come at after this one. Family, I want y'all to thumb up this video, please. Give us some likes up in this video. I see a lot of the Grandmaster teachers is in the building. We got Sinful to P. I see my sister, my queen up in here. Dr. Ma'at in here. She said, Sonetta, you got a lot of discipline. I seen the comment, even though it's going by fast. I see all my people up in the building. Shout out to Max Bird, of course, doing a good job with the moderating. Shout out to my beloved. And we're going to go on in with Brother Polight. The time is going to start when you start, Brother Polight. And here's the question for you. How can the black woman, wow, this is going to be a hard one. How can the black woman liberate our people from this condition over God? How can the black woman be the liberator for our people, Brother Polight? Time will start when you start. I see my man Divine Prospect is in the building. Shout out to Divine Prospect. Kingdom Harbinger Ministries is in there. All right, so come on, brother.
Come on.
Let's go. It's on you.
All right.
Time will start when you start, brother.
On the beach, shackled up as we boarded the ships and went to the Americas and Caribbeans. Okay, the British had a church just above the 1,000 black men that were enslaved.
See that? That's a slave dungeon at the bottom.
They prayed and worshiped their God. While we was here, 1,000 in number, packed in 5 different chambers.
Let me go. I'm not going to address the Christian movement. The Christian movement had a goddamn church right above where they enslaved black men at the Cape Coast in Ghana, in Africa. There's a damn church above where we were being imprisoned, castrated. That's the Christian movement for you. That's the Christian movement for you. Because there ain't a goddamn religion the black man or the black woman is making subscriptions to that he didn't adopt in light of him being oppressed by the very same. I'm not going to address the Christian movement. The goddamn movement is responsible for us being here. You talk all these praises for God. He said, we just going to avoid the white people that gave up their lives? Did you say that? Yeah. Did you literally say we just going to avoid the white people that gave up their lives? So you shit on this black woman. You reduce her to being a being of this emotion and not intelligent. But you appraise the white man and his white woman for helping to deliver us. You ain't got really much nice things to say about this black woman. All but one. And that's going to be the one thing that destroys you in this realm. I'm going to show you how illogical and foolish these people are. This is so hilarious. My man said, you're going to avoid the white people that gave up their lives? What about these goddamn crackers that had a church above where they imprisoned and had us in a dungeon over there at the Cape Coast in Africa? A goddamn church above where they cut our genitals off. God has empowered the white man. I believe in the white man's God because the white man has been successful to this very day in his endeavor to keep us uneducated, abused, and incarcerated. The white man's God has more presidents than this foolish ass black man's God. The white man's God is working for white people. That was a different debate. I said I bear witness to the white man's God. Not this sucker ass nigga you calling Jesus. Now, listen to what this brother says. I'm gonna take my time so y'all really can understand it. We're gonna make right decisions because this brother made one on himself. Are you bleeding, brother? Because he cut yourself. Put a band-aid, tie a rope around that bitch, do something. Get your shirt and tie it around your wrist because you cut yourself. If we ask the majority of black women who they believe in, first of all, what can black women do to help liberate our people? I'm going to give you the answer right now. And he would also have to agree with us because we have to master the art of listening. A tape recorder can't record and play at the same exact time. If we ask the majority, listen, baby, if we ask the majority, I'm quoting him, if we ask the majority of black women who they believe in, they're going to say Jesus Christ. The majority of black women are going to say Jesus Christ. That's what he says. Hence the reason Brother Polight says what our women need to do to get us out of this situation is to get rid of Jesus Christ. Now watch how it plays out, because it ain't done. You know what I teach? Potential calculus. If P implies Q, and Q implies P, and P implies R, then R implies Q. So that is the law of implication. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's true all the time. But if it's the law of double implication, reversal will have to be true all the time. And according to him, he's speaking in contradiction. He's speaking in a contrapositive, disjunctive, and the law of double implication all at the same time. And it's almost impossible to do that. Now, the majority of black women, if you ask them who they believe in, they're going to say Jesus Christ. Let's do this slowly. Then he said, a lot of black women don't get it. So if the majority of black women believe in Jesus Christ, and then he says after that, a lot of black women don't get it. If the majority of women believe in Jesus Christ, and then he says after that, like a lot of black women don't get it, then what is it that they don't get? They don't get that Jesus Christ ain't good for us. But we'll keep going for it. What did he say after he said a lot of black women don't get it? He said a lot of black women don't get it. They're on drugs. They're abandoning their children. Hold on. If the majority of women, because this was his point, but even Polight, the majority of black women believe in Jesus Christ. So your argument is done. I'm saying if the majority of women believe in Jesus Christ and a lot of black women don't get it because they're on drugs and abandoning their children, then that means Jesus Christ has failed them. Are we getting the P and the Q and the R? Are we getting it? You can't say a majority of black women believe in Jesus Christ and then say a lot of black women don't get it because they're on drugs and abandoning their children. All in the same sentence and not think that you're telling me. What are you telling me? Syllogistically speaking, when you can two premises out there, we can now safely arrive at a conclusion. So syllogistically speaking, you have confirmed that Jesus is no good to the black community. And in order for us to liberate ourselves, we will have to relinquish our hold from Jesus Christ, more especially in the case of our black women. Thank you, brother. There's no way around that contradiction. You can't clean it up. You can't have a majority of black women believe in Jesus Christ and then say a lot of black women don't get it because they're on drugs and abandoning their children. Jesus Christ must be the very impetus for that behavior, which would make sense if I rationalize who introduced the Jesus Christ to us. It would be the very criminals that wanted us to abandon our children, forced us to abandon our children, and put drugs into our community. So all these things run concurrent. Body, bag. Now it's time to zip them up. I can take my time with this. I told you he's bleeding out right now. Because when you make shit up, eventually you get caught out there. I would like to hear him try to get around the majority of black women believe in Jesus Christ, and a lot of black women don't get it because they're on drugs and abandoning their children. I would like to see how that doesn't help us confirm that we need to get rid of Jesus Christ, because obviously it's doing nothing for us. That means we get rid of Jesus Christ, we get rid of the women being on drugs and abandoning their children and abortions and just not getting it in general. That's what that would mean, coming from a man of Christ. Thank you, sir. Notice he stopped calling him Jesus because I brought out that letter J information. Said it doesn't even matter. That's the cognitive dissonance. It doesn't even matter. He starts calling him Christ now. We'll move forward. Our women can help liberate our community by strictly making sure that they don't just mate with brothers just because of physical attraction. We're talking about sisters. I would equally say the same thing for brothers, because this is not a gender-specific war amongst brothers and sisters right now. So anything to the sisters applies to the brothers, but the women is our point of focus. We should strongly start taking better strides towards educating ourselves to the level of at least being able to homeschool our children up to 8th grade. Because the school curriculums are compromised and they don't have room in their curriculum for black nationalism. They don't have room in their curriculum for black nationalism. Okay? So that's important. Our women should also home birth. Because when our children are born, subject to those halogen lights, it compromises the integrity of the central nervous system of our children. And the brilliance that we can have given birth to, the combination of the drugs and the lights, puts our children in shock, having come out of triple darkness. Facts. Facts. Okay? And as men, we have to earn the respect of our women by becoming entrepreneurs so they can be stay-at-home mothers. I'm not saying slave to us economically, because we live in an era where they can make monies from the house. But what we don't want is our women on maternal leave, 6 months after giving birth, our children are suspended in time and given to strangers where they inherit their first sense of abandonment. Because we do know most of our problems, our idiosyncrasies, our idiopathic disorders, have their inception from our early adolescence and manifest itself in our adulthood where we had a place of damn near no return. Pun intended if you think about the doors that we walked through in Ghana. Black women play an integral role. We need the brothers as well. They play an integral role because they give birth to the nation. Teach a woman, teach a nation. Give birth to an individual.
Man, this is going to be so hard to judge right now, family, with these two brothers. Brother Polight going in, Battle Truth going in. Man, I ain't know what to expect with this one, man. For real, for real. So what we're going to do is we're going to give these brothers 3 minutes for their rebuttal round. And, yo, this is it. This is all to be all. And I want y'all to be the judges out there. Pastor Bennett was telling me about how we can begin to start judging from the YouTube. I don't know how to do it yet. I got to go into that. I got to read into that. But yeah, man, this is going to be one y'all don't want to miss right here. So can y'all thumb up the video? Let's like the video and get this thing in. Brother Battle Troop, time will start when you start, brother.
Glory to God, man. This like taking candy from a baby, man. This brother said he want to see how I'm going to get out of this. Listen, just because I said that if you ask the majority of women who they believe in, they'll say Jesus Christ. That don't mean that Jesus ain't do nothing for them. Belief and obedience is two different things, brother. You could believe in something but don't follow it. How is that something hard to get out of? I'm pretty sure you believe in things but don't follow it. I'm pretty sure you do. That still don't take away from a truth that you know. It's just rebellion. Again, he also say this. How we can get out this situation. We need to be all entrepreneurs and own our own businesses so that our women could respect us. Right. So if we all was entrepreneurs and owned our own business, who's doing the work? All that intelligence sound real good, but do you really think the things out that you say, brother? Don't get me wrong, ain't nothing wrong with being an entrepreneur. But if we all, ALL, was entrepreneurs and owned our own businesses, who's doing the work? Right, you think about that one. Anyway, with that being said, brother, I'm just seeing where your logic is at. Again, whenever you done, the woman have to rely on the man. Period. She cannot produce without the seed. Period. Period. So that kills your whole argument. She's a receiver by nature. That's why we insert inside of her and release information. Smart guy. So therefore, she have to follow the lead of a man. She was not created by God to lead. So when you calling her God, you're going against the very nature of her being. I'm just amazed that you could be so intelligent and wise like you say you is and skip the real purpose of her existence. She is the helper to help accomplish the purpose for God by being connected with the man. She receives information and carry out. Now, with that being said, when you speaking on this thing of cherishing the black woman and honoring her and all that, that's good. Especially if you live by those things. But saying it and don't live by, you are contradictory to yourself, brother. Do you live by what you saying and you believe it? With that being said, I'm going to end mine and let him speak on his. Hold on.
All right, brother Polight. 3 minutes is on you. Time will start when you start, brother. Rebuttal session.
I'm ready, my brother. So, well, do we want to wait for the brother to come back?
You can wait so he can hear you. We need him to hear you, man. We can't be having people getting up like this. This is like a little disrespect. We got to have you here because the brother's here with you. And while he's there, let me give some shout out. Shout out to Dr. Reggie in the building. I see you, my brother. I see you in there. George Macon in the building. I ain't see you in a minute. I see my brother George Macon. Shout out to all the people up in there. Dr. Ma'at, of course. I'm going to keep shouting the queen out every time I see her go by.
My bad, son.
Okay, here you go. He's back. My cousin. And yeah, he don't mean no disrespect. And we're going to get it in. Time will start when you start, brother Polight.
Okay. Pastor Bennett is the other brother's name? What's that other pastor's name?
Well, Pastor Bennett is the one that you're going to be taking on next week.
Yeah. I know he's sweating bricks and he realized he dodged a big bullet. So this is supposed to be his work. All right. So, okay, let's do this again. I'm going to say this one more game, my brother. This debate is not about if Brother Polight identifies the black woman as his God. This debate is about Jesus or the black woman. That's what this debate is about. It is not about if the man can inject himself in a woman and give her semen. This shit is so primitive and it's starting to get very weird. Why you keep bringing this thing up? This is like the whole glory of being a man. It's like his whole claim to fame for being a man. And it's this mentality. It is this mentality why we have so many fatherless children out here. Because a lot of men believe their claim to fame to being in a state of manhood is his ability to inject himself inside of a woman. This is why there's so many broken family households. Because men think it begins and ends there. That's their whole glory. I did that. I bred that. I breathed that. This is the mentality I'm talking about. Okay? So the woman have to rely on the man. That's not the subject of the debate. The subject of the debate is Jesus or the black woman. Jesus or the black woman. It's not about creating a gender-specific war amongst the male and the female. It's about Jesus or the black woman. Who are we going to confide in? Who can deliver us? Who does it make more sense to believe in? Who historically is more relevant and has taken more precedence? Where have you been this whole debate? Stop telling me about how more important men are than the women. I get it. You like that misogynistic tone. I ain't call you misogynist, but I get it. All right? And as far as entrepreneurs, you tell black people to be entrepreneurs, and my Christian brother goes out his way to say, well, all of us can't be entrepreneurs. What is the sense of that? Not enough of us is entrepreneurs. Not enough of us are entrepreneurs. So why go out your way to even attempt to revoke such an assertion? Not enough of us even have jobs, let alone are entrepreneurs. So we don't need no conversations about it. So who's going to work if everyone's an entrepreneur? Who's going to work? First of all, the main point of contention that derives from my stating the significance and the necessity and the expedience of us becoming entrepreneurs is on account of the fact that men should be close enough to home to help where it is necessary and to create a more viable, more conducive environment for the woman to be a mother for the duration of time that is necessary to raise the children healthy before she goes back into the world doing diverse things to also contribute to a family. But motherhood is so serious. We need to be on the home front to help out. I won't speak any further. I'll honor the time. I'll wait for sign up.
All right, so now we are in this part here where you two brothers get to ask each other a question. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all ask each other 2 questions. Which one of y'all would like to go first, Brother Polight or Brother Battle Truth? You have. I'm gonna give y'all 3 minutes. What y'all want to agree with 3 minutes to answer it or 2 minutes? Because within the 3 minutes y'all can answer it and build on something else and just give up your time if y'all done. What y'all like?
Tell me what's problem about him giving sperm to a woman? I'm gonna lose my damn mind. So
hold on, Polight. I'm trying to set something first.
Man, get up.
What do y'all want? Battle truth. Y'all gotta remember when I talk, y'all gotta listen so y'all know what I'm talking about. So now here we go. What do y'all want? 2 minutes or 3 minutes to answer the question?
I mean, it shouldn't take that long. 2 minutes would be
2 minutes is fine. Okay. So we're gonna give y'all 2 minutes to answer the question. If once y'all answer the question, y'all can go in and talk about something else that y'all didn't touch on. Do what y'all do. All right, Brother Polight, it's on you. Ask Battle Truth the question.
Does it even matter who gave you the Bible?
Is that the question?
Does it even matter who gave it? No, you know what? Since it's 2 minutes, do you even care that your Bible is missing books? How can you believe in confidence? What if somewhere in book number 84 it tells you this shit was all a hoax written by the devil? Like, do you even care that the Roman Catholic Church has 72 books? Do you care that the King James version of the Bible has 56? Do you even care that there's over 50 missing books out the Bible? Do you even care that the story is not complete, but you're running with it? That's the question. Do you even care that no matter what book you got in your hand, some white folks organized and decided your black ass wasn't going to be able to read the whole story? They snickering in the back with the Black Madonna, laughing their ass off that black people living and dying is swearing by an unfinished story. And you know damn well that story is unfinished. Who goes to the movie theater to watch a movie that's missing 40 of the minutes?
All right, ask him the final question, brother, so we can get it in.
Yo, do you care that you missed the book?
All right, Battle Truth is on you. Go ahead, Battle Truth.
Fam, this brother just asked 30 questions at
one time. Do you care you missing book?
That's crazy. First of all, again, his ignorance show he don't know nothing about Christianity. He don't even know that the whole story is summed up in one book. That's how ignorant he is. He don't even know one chapter sums up the whole story. Genesis chapter 5, Genesis chapter 3 sums up the whole story. But that's his ignorance. Because see, people under the impression Christianity is like any religion. It's not. He don't understand that once you sincerely accept Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior, listen, Polight, you receive a gift. It's called the Holy Spirit, which is God himself, who come in you and make his home with you. And he leads you into all truth. See, you don't even get that. And guess what? We have enough information to believe the way we do, to accept Jesus as Lord and Savior. It don't take 44 other books that's missing. We got 66 of them that's more than enough. We don't even need the 66. You laughing, but you laughing because you don't even get it. You don't understand it. And I don't expect for you to when you not in a delivering state. So you're supposed to say the things you say. You're supposed to believe the way that you believe. And it's funny to you because you're a natural man who don't understand the spiritual things of God. That's why you confused. That's why you don't get it. And that's why it's a joke to you. But notice you live in the very thing it said would happen to you. So I believe my word to be true. And you the evidence of it. Now, I got 26 seconds left. I don't need it, but I want to ask him. A question.
Go ahead, brother. You can ask Brother Polight his question. Your question.
So, do we get to rebuttal these questions, or
he can rebuttal it? He can rebuttal it if he wants to. I don't care.
Okay.
Go ahead and rebuttal, Polight. 2 minutes rebuttal, and then he asks his. And then he asks his question, and then he will be able to rebuttal yours. Go ahead, brother.
No problem, brother. So my brother just said it doesn't even matter if the 66 books. He went as far as saying, yo, you only need like 1 or 2 chapters up in that joint. What kind of ghetto scholarship is this? Listen, brother, this gotta stop, man. This is getting ridiculous. Because you know what Christians say, my brother, you know what they say, Sign of the Studio, the family that's out there? They're notorious for saying, yo, you can't just read that one verse. You can't just read that one paragraph. You can't just read that one page. Every time you text them, they tell you just can't read this. You got to read everything, right? And now when you question them about missing books, they tell you, yo, you only need to read 1 chapter. You only need to read 2 chapters. Yo, where's this kind of logic coming from? This is insane. This is nuts. Yo, so what is only 66 books? That's all we need. That's enough. Like, yo, bro, if you're missing books, what if you're missing 166 books? The 66 is all you need. Who's telling you these wild things? Bro, the story's not complete. You have no business living and swearing by it to the rest of the masses like it's a fact. If you want to be spooky, if you want to go into blind faith, that's your right. If you see a potato and it looks like Jesus' face, that's your right. I'm not saying that's happened to you, but I'm sure these kind of things go on in that community. I've heard it. What I'm saying to you, my good brother, is we could never tell our children when they go to school for sequential mathematics, you can do sequential mathematics wrong. But the hell with 2. Just skip yourself to 3. You know why? Because it's not going to make sense in between the 2. I can never tell my child that wants to have to do an essay, never mind reading the whole book. Read 1 or 2 of the pages. I'm sure these 2 pages sum up the whole book and turn in your report. Because God damn it, the Spirit of God is work. It's not going to work in school. So why does it work in the church?
All right, Battle Truth is on you, my brother. Ask your question to Brother Polight. Polight, you got 2 minutes to answer.
Yeah, that brother, listen for him. Now, with that being said, man, anyway, my question to you. He said, brother. He's funny though. My question to you is this, brother. Are you a sinner?
I don't believe in none of that.
Yes or no? Do you?
You got 2 minutes to answer, Polight. It's on you. Are you a sinner? That's his question.
To answer if I'm a sinner, my belief of sin, he can elaborate so I can make sure I can address that answer properly. I believe what he's asking me is.
All right, hold on, Polite. Let him ask you. Let him elaborate. Let him give you a little full context of what he's talking about. Go ahead, my brother. Battle Truth is on you.
Go ahead.
He's smart. He's smart. He know exactly what I'm saying.
Okay, so let me answer.
Do you break the law?
What law?
Any law.
I'm sure I'll be breaking laws.
Okay. So he don't need the 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll break laws. Now what?
Okay. So
I've broken the law before, many occasions.
Okay.
I do my best not to break the law. But hey, shit might happen in this weird system.
Right. So he break the law. Now,
Yeah,
I'm glad he said that.
Great.
Okay, well, I'm glad he said that.
Not to break the law on purpose, but I'm sure I'm breaking laws some way or the other because I think differently.
Right. So he basically admitting he's a sinner that break the law. That's what he is. That's what sin is. Sin is the breaking of the law. That's a fact. You smart. You intelligent. Sin is the breaking of the law.
White man's law or God's law? Which law are we talking about? Just so I can be clear.
It don't matter. Period. Wherever you want to put
it. My brother. The white man's law and God's law is the same laws. Because if you kept the laws of the Bible, you'd be locked up right now for killing ox on the road in front of everybody.
First of all, again,
is the white man law the same as God's law? Because now I'm getting confused.
Yes, it is to a degree.
Okay.
But here's the point. Here's the point of what I'm saying. You know. No. Let me do my rebuttal, brother. Are you done? Are you done? Because you can elaborate. You got 2 minutes to elaborate on that thing, so you can go ahead and use it.
I understand, my brother. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I wanted to know which law you was talking about. So now that I know the white man's law and God's law are the same, I know my answer stands the same. That I do break. I do my best not to break certain laws, but I'll inevitably break them because I don't agree with all of them.
Okay, so again, that's what sin is. The sin is the breaking of the law, however he want to put it in intellectual terms or not. So in breaking of the law as a sinner, here's the thing where this is where it gets real deep at. Because in the admitting of the breaking of the law, that definitely means in the breaking of that law, you are held accountable to the breaking of that law, to the one that demands the justice for that law. Now, he's going to say a white man, however it is, he don't believe in God. That's okay. But he definitely admitted to breaking law, even though he don't believe in God. So the breaking of God's law, which one you break? God's law or the white man law? Which one is it you break?
I thought it's the same one because the white man made homosexuality legal, and I don't agree with that. But you said the white man's law and God's law is the same thing. So I'm going to break a lot.
Wait. He said the white man made homosexuality legal.
He said he legalized it in several states. Legal homosexual marriages and all. It's still against the law to be polygamous. I'm going to break that law.
But Barack Obama made it constitutional, which was a black man.
What that got to do with anything, bro? I'm just saying God's
law. Because you contributed the credit to it for a white man when it was constitutionally passed by a black man nationwide. Some states may have passed it, but he constitutionalized it for the whole United States.
If a state passed it, they use their constitutional right to do it. So I'm not going to play those semantics. We can accredit it to black men in conformity with the white system. The point of the matter is that law that we're talking about, man's law, let's call it man's law, and God's law, you say they run concurrent. So what I'm saying is, I gave you a case in point, homosexuality having been legalized, homosexual marriages having been legalized, I don't agree with that law. So I know, and then polygyny is against the law. It's called bigamy. So what I'm saying is, I'm the type, I'm going to break some of these laws here and there. I don't mean to. I ain't really trying to disturb nobody and bother anybody. That's what I mean by mean to. But I will, from time to time, break some of these laws, especially knowing that God's law runs concurrent with man's law. Because I damn sure don't agree with all of man's laws. So that definitely means I ain't going to agree with all of God's laws. It's logic. Unless you want to.
So, unless I want to what? Because the mic went out.
Unless you want to change your stance on the man's law and God's law be the same?
No, I'm
So
not gonna change my stance on it. I'm not gonna change my stance on it because I know that God law is, and I know that as man make law, the influence of law is based upon God's law. But I know they also can implement. Yeah, I also know that they can implement their own part of the law. Like you said, homosexuality. They made that law illegal, even though it's against God's law. So to a degree, like I said, to a certain degree. But for the most part, when law is being established and made, it's being established and made based upon God's law. You get what I'm saying? You just may have different degrees of it. Like if God say thou shalt not murder, then you got murder in the first, murder in the second, murder. You got different degrees of what murder could actually surround. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. But my point of asking you, was you a sinner and do you break the law? Was to see that do you acknowledge yourself as a person who's actually guilty of breaking the law? And the law, what I was talking about was the law of God. I ain't saying you agree with all of them, though.
I got you. And that's the thing. Whether you believe in man's law or God's law, I don't agree with all those laws on both sides.
Right.
I'm not going to say that in totality I agree with all the laws that man creates, and I don't agree in totality with God's law because I don't even believe that guy even exists. But for the sake of argument, I will tell you there's some rules in that book that I would agree with. And then there's other things that I don't agree with, like talking donkeys and all that shit. But that's not a law. I understand that. I just wanted to throw that out there for the heck of it. I hope we could discuss that.
Right. Okay, I feel you on that. The miracle part of that.
The miracle of a donkey talking?
Yeah. I mean, you laughing, but it's funny, but everything is a miracle if you think about it, bro. Life is a miracle.
Donkey, jackass. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, look. A parakeet can talk, brother, right?
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. So you know, I mean, and if you look at life, a lot of things can be considered a miracle, bro. And is a you don't think it's a miracle? You don't think it's a miracle?
You calling that a miracle? Why won't you just say that's some folklore or something? You believe a donkey talk? That's the real question now.
Yeah, I believe a donkey talk. Yeah, I believe a donkey talk.
Because the Bible told you so.
Yeah, because I also don't underestimate the power of the living God because I understand the power of righteousness. If sin is a result of murder, death, separation, violence, racism, hate, why shouldn't righteousness be even greater than that? And if you're looking at how God created life in the beginning, when it was holy and righteous, why couldn't the animal commune with me in a righteous state? If this is the result of what sin do, then righteousness have to be equivalent to something greater than what sin is. So if we in a righteous state of holiness and power, why come you can't communicate with the animal? They down here with us.
Hey, brother.
You don't think that makes sense?
It don't make no sense whatsoever. We talking about a talking donkey, my brother.
But you just admitted a parakeet could talk.
Because it's true. You there, brother? Yo, family, this thing done went down to talking donkeys. I ain't gonna be there after this conversation. Yeah, this is crazy. This just threw away the whole debate. Once we know my man believing a donkey or the script of the Bible, it really don't matter what we was debating the whole time. Yo, where's Sonetta, man? Let me see something. Okay, so Sonetta is gone and this brother's gone. Hey, what's this thing?
It's right there. It's not there now.
This dude, he living in an episode of Shrek. You know that was Eddie Murphy. Somebody need to tell him that wasn't a real donkey talking. That was Eddie Murphy's voice. Yo, brother, if you're out there, you can hear me, or when you watch the replay. I hate to bring this down to you, but just like I was talking about the Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus. Respectfully, my brother, I can prove to you in the story credit at the end of the movie that the person who played the role of the donkey in Shrek, the voice came from a black man, Eddie Murphy. It wasn't a real donkey, bro. Yo, Si, you playing yourself with this part of it. I'm about to give y'all a number so you could call. So you can call it. I'm running Son at the studios now. Son just finished saying that this is disrespectful. How can he get up and leave? He leaves in the middle of this, and you see where the conversation went without a moderator? Shrek and the donkey. I'm done. Yo, I'm gonna read the comments. Press 9 if you feel our body is brother. Yo, Si, what's up with you, bro?
Man, yo, I'm looking for my piece. My children be taking my piece, man, to play their music. But I was looking for this so I could open up the phone lines, and I need this piece.
Oh, okay. You see the 9s up in the building.
Yeah, Battle Truth. What you do, bro? You froze? Huh?
It's froze out, but I'm just showing you.
All you got to do is go out and come back in, Battle Truth.
Hey, Si, I did a poll. Said press 9 if you feel I got a body. I took this debate. So I'm just showing you the poll.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna just ask y'all: is it a 3-0, a 2-1, a 1-1, and a split? So that's on y'all. That's how y'all choose to vote.
Nah, you know his last word was that he believed the donkeys can talk because of the Bible.
I heard that.
And I said he need to be updated. That when we watch Shrek, it's really Eddie Murphy with the donkey voice. That wasn't a real donkey.
Yo, that's stupid. That's a good one. I like that. I like that shit right there. That's a good one.
Yo, he probably was in awe. Like, yo, look at the wonders of God through animation.
Damn, man. Hold on, man. I know Battle Truth ain't break out on us, man.
Yeah, hell yeah, he got out of there after that donkey joint. Hell yeah, he got out of there.
You have reached the voicemail.
What the fuck? This ain't the battle.
Nah, that's what happens, man. Hey, get some callers in before I get out of here, stop.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Man, I'm hoping that Black Jesus Minister. Not Black Jesus Minister, but
Pastor Bennett.
Pastor Bennett don't run after seeing this shit, man.
Yeah, we gotta switch the subject on Pastor Bennett.
Yeah, Pastor Bennett ran home to see this shit.
Yeah, I know he like, whew. And you know, for Pastor Bennett, I already gave him a different type of work because I believe he's more sophisticated. But some stuff is just logic.
Peace and Black Power family. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Jeremiah Judah 7000, the real House of Conscious champion.
All right, Jeremiah Judah 7000. What's on your mind, brother? We got Polight in the building.
Hey, Polight, I'm glad your daughter made it home safe, man. We was praying for you.
Thank you, brother.
But I got to go in on you, brother.
No problem, brother.
I got to go in on you.
No problem, brother.
I'm finna do it right now.
Now, what you need to do, Jeremiah, is open up your thing so you can hear him, because you ain't going to be able to hear him through the phone. So,
okay.
Polight, you want to get out of here and come on the phone now? Because you done with this.
I'm done with this?
Yeah, you done with this. Come out and get on the phone so you can hear him. But Jeremiah, don't take too long because we don't want to have this ain't no Jeremiah and Polight show.
Yo, Si.
That's what they're going to have to turn to one of these days, man, because he got
So
things he need to address. So
all right, exit out of this, Polight. I'm going to call you right now.
But I can hear him.
Yeah, but he ain't going to be able to hear you.
Oh, I got you.
I just got to say what I got to say real quick.
No, he's going to come in. He's going to come in.
Right.
Yeah, just call me, Si.
All right, I'm calling you right now. Because, you know, you might not be able to get in with these calls calling in, man.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Good show tonight, man. Good show.
Thank you. So he can't hear
Yo,
it.
come on out, Polight, because it's going to echo. I think it's going to make an echo.
I just wanted to make sure that you got me because I know the lines are great. I'm coming out of it right now.
All right. Peace and Black Power to you, Brother Jeremiah. We got Brother Polight on the line. Talk about it. What's up, man?
All right.
Hey, yo, hold on. I'm surprised. What the hell happened to Battle Truth, though?
That's all right. Hey, 7,000 here. That's okay.
All right. Let's go.
That's all right. Hey, Polight. Hey, I want to. Hey, I'm happy your daughter made it home safe and all that. You know what I'm saying? But we talking about this information now. I gotta go in on you because, brother, you are a walking contradiction. Let me tell you why. You sitting up here screaming about the black woman is God, the black woman is God. But every time I see you in Hollywood, you with the white woman. Then I'm gonna tell you one more thing about yourself. You can't be up here teaching that type of shit when you are on record saying that you got 3 gods. You hear me? Dr. York, the shape-shifting avatar, is one of your gods. The white man on that dollar bill is your god, and the black woman. So you actually have 2 men gods that you need to talk about. Then you want to sit here and teach us you're emasculating the men by teaching us this. Hold up, brother. You teaching us that we degenerate men. Talking about we started off as women. I didn't heard you teach that. So how the hell we degenerate men?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Now I'm gonna have to let you listen while you already asked
I
a
have
question.
more, but go ahead. Go ahead,
Go ahead, brother.
brother.
Go ahead, Polight. Answer that, and then he got another one, and then we're gonna open up these lines.
I say we give thanks in the name of our Lord and sustainer, the black woman. For without her, now let me stop one more. Wesley Muhammad shit. Let me get out of there. Yo, listen, brother. I say the black woman is my God. That's it. I said money's my religion. I ain't say the dollar. I said money is my religion. And that's not exclusive to the dollar. And when you have a religion, there's a focal point of worship.
Yeah. And the focal point of worship is that man on that dollar bill that you worship.
Okay.
Right?
What's up with your discipline, brother? I listened to you misquote me. I listened to you put out misinformation.
Go ahead.
I listened to you bring up several things at one time, and I was quiet, despite the misinformation about me and things I say. So I need you to have the discipline, good brother, because I gave you the respect, despite the disrespect. So what I'm telling you is, I confide in the black woman as my God. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around it. That's who I see as my God. That's my source of worship. When you talk about religion, Judaism is a religion. You don't worship Judaism, do you?
Is that a question?
Religion. Brother, hold on. These are rhetorical questions now. That means you don't have to respond.
Well, go ahead. Don't ask me rhetorical questions. Just get into your spiel so I can get back at you. Because I ain't battle truth. I'm going to bring you the heat. I'm going to bring the heat to you, brother. I've been waiting for this for a long time. Trust me, believe that.
But brother,
go ahead.
Brother, you're going to get me heated, keep cutting me off, and then that's an excuse for us not to dialogue. So stop cutting me off, good brother. And let me
okay. You got the floor. Go ahead.
Thank you, good brother. So again, a religion, namely Judaism, is not worship. They worship Yahweh ben Yahushai or whatever they want to call the name. Islam is a religion, but they worship Allah. So that makes no damn sense. But I see people can't make connections. That you would have to ask, what is my principal source of worship? Because whatever the religion is, you don't worship the religion. There has to be a figurehead for the religion. So the black woman is my figurehead for my religion. Mm-hmm. I say we got to be entrepreneurs and do our best to worship the woman. To worship means to hold in high admiration or deep respect. That's all the word means. It has nothing to do with all that, the religious connotative aspects that you people in pop would like to add on.
All right, we're going to have to move on. This is your last question. Go ahead, Jeremiah, because we got a lot of people calling in. Go ahead.
All right. Let me get one more in. Now, this guy right here teaches us that the women can create life without men. You see what I'm saying? This woman teaches, this dude is teaching that we are degenerate men. You see what I'm saying? He's emasculating the man. And we don't do that over here, bro. We don't. No, the women are not going to lead us. We lead the women. But see, what you're teaching It's like I say, it's some bullshit, bro.
Hey, Jeremiah,
Look,
real quick.
hold on, let me
Jeremiah,
one
when
more,
I
one more.
say something, you gotta listen.
Okay. All right, I got one more point. I'm gonna get
Wasn't
off
you
the
the same dude when Jabari asked you, do you agree with the Bible that says that you could stone every black woman? I'm not black woman, but you could stone every woman if a man marries a woman and she finds out, and they find out that she is not a virgin, that you can stone her and kill her. And so Jabari said, well, damn, you might as well kill every woman out here. Because if you find a sister that's not a virgin, you can kill them. And you said you agree with the Bible that you can kill a woman if she's not a virgin. Didn't you say that, brother?
sorry, right now I don't remember saying. Let me go back.
You don't
on
remember
we'll
saying that, bro?
That
You don't remember saying
yeah,
that?
put it back on tape. I don't remember right now.
All right, go ahead and ask your question so we can move
forward.
forward.
One more. This dude can't show us the Syrians, the Egyptians, the Israelites, the Chinese. No culture is teaching that the black woman is God. They're gonna always have a man on top of it. So I don't know where you getting this black woman God. You want them to go fight the war for us, nigga? Man, that's some masculine ass shit, and you need to stop it, bro. And you put the man in front of the one we supposed to lead. This is what I'm trying to tell you, bro. But see, I'm gonna get off the phone, and you set the matchup for me and this dude with the black woman God. I'm gonna destroy you. I'm Jeremiah Judah 7000. I'm the House of Conscience champ. You lost the Black Jesus minister. I beat him. Shalom, Barakatah. What?
Okay. Now that was like so funny.
Yeah, you ain't even got to answer that one, Polight, man. So
Yeah, and he would obviously run away as fast as he can because that's what these guys do. In their head, they're the self-proclaimed champions.
Right.
Of House of Conscience. Why do these religious people always award themselves these titles instead of let the people do that? Now, let me say this. Again, it's disrespectful. No one got nothing on record with me saying that men are degenerate. No one does. I can say this proudly. There's not a one thing on YouTube or anything I've ever written to say that men are degenerate. So that is a total lie. I did say that we have certain rudimentary parts of our body, meaning we have parts of our body that we cannot use, but there are the same parts that women have that they can use. Hence the term rudimentary. This is what I mean by the being 3-syllable illiterate. Rudimentary.
all right, peace and black power family. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yo, stop.
Yeah, I'm here, Polight.
Yo, hold on. Let me just at least go over one other point.
All right, hold on, caller. Hold on. Go ahead, Polight.
So I never said that men are degenerate. That's ridiculous. I always refer to the men, or most times I refer to the men as the female's counterpart or the woman as the male's counterpart, like I did throughout the course of this night. So that's a lie. The brother just lied for no reason. He said there's no other culture that suggests that the woman is God.
No, he said
Well,
that
that's
the
a lie.
black woman is God. He specifically
Black woman is
said
God.
there's no other culture that says the black woman is God. Why would they? Why would other cultures say the black woman is God?
But listen, that's not true. It's inaccurate. And you can ask a Nigerian if there's a deity called Allah, who's a womb deity.
A lot?
Okay? Allah. Because that's where Allah comes from. Allah is a female deity. Because if you study African traditions, Igbo, Hausa, or Yoruba, that makes your Christianity, Judaism, and Islam of today coming out of Africa. When our gods used to look like us when depicted. But we'll go forward. That was another form of miseducation by the Negro of the year 2000 plus because they still stuck in this time warp called the Bible.
All right. Peace and black power family. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Pastor Bennett.
Oh, shit. Pastor Bennett. You still ready? You still want to get in the ring next week, brother?
let me say this. Peace to Sonetta.
Peace.
Peace to the chat. Peace to Brother Polight.
Peace to you, brother.
Before I say what I gotta say, let me say this. I
Go
want
ahead,
to be
brother.
real clear.
Oh, shit.
First, let me say before I get to that, Brother Polight, I want to tell you, my brother, that I am very, very happy that you got your daughter back. I mean that with no sarcasm at all.
Thank you,
When
brother.
I seen that, I'm getting ready to ask you a question because I need to know this. When I seen that, my heart hurted. When I seen you looking for your daughter, I got two. My heart was broken to the point where I said, I cannot, even after you got your daughter back, I could not battle you. It was, the way I love my daughters, it broke my heart. And I was ecstatic when you got her back. So it was, I lost all passion to have a debate and dialogue with you.
Why?
To be honest.
Why?
No, listen. I'm saying I lost all passion in that moment because I was sympathetic.
Okay. I got you.
I'm saying I just lost passion in that moment because I was sympathetic for the situation. I don't even know if I could battle after that. So I want to ask you, because I heard you listening to the debate with you and Battle Truth, good debate with you brothers. I heard you say my name. And when you said my name, my blood started boiling, and the passion started to come back. So I'm asking you, Brother Polight, do you still want to have this dialogue? And if you do, then I want to put on the table with you why the black woman is not God.
I don't got a problem with that.
All right, if you don't have no problem with that, then I'm going to get off the phone, Sal, when you set it up for next week. Brother Polight, I don't know if Sonetta told you why I couldn't do it this week, but it's the wife's birthday, man, and I apologize that I forgot that when I talked to y'all. And I definitely can't. I definitely have to do what I need to do for my wife this week.
I did tell you that, right, Polight?
I don't recall, but it's definitely
It was a lot of things going on. That's all. It was a lot of things. Yeah. But Polight, you got to get off of this right here because the echo is coming in. That's what that is.
Get off of what? I got
Go
it on
ahead.
mute.
Go ahead. Stay there.
Yeah, I got it on mute.
I'm going to put you on mute for a minute while you're talking. All right. So, Pastor Bennett, you have a question or that was it? Go ahead.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna let this be. I'm gonna let this be polite. I don't want to be bogus and interrupt Brother Polight night with Battle Truth. So I'm gonna hang up. I wanted to make sure that he still wanted to have this dialogue. We're going to deal with why the black woman is not God. Obviously, Brother Polight will be on the other side of why she absolutely is.
All right.
I look forward to having that bill with my brother next
All right.
week.
Let me go. Peace. Peace and black power. Peace and black power. Peace and black power. Oh, that's Brother Polight still there. All right, Polight. You still there. I don't know. What happened, Polight, when I went to go get this piece, man? Huh? What happened with Battle Truth? I can't hear you. Yeah, what happened? Peace and black power, family. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, you know my name. Roy Bay in the building.
Roy Bay in the building. What's up, Roy Bay?
Yeah, man. I mean,
Yo.
Hey, Polight, you there?
Yeah, he's here. I'm gonna get him back on.
Yeah, get him back on.
Go ahead.
Hey, Polight, can you hear me?
I can hear him. I don't know if he can hear me.
He can hear you. He can hear you. He can hear you.
Oh, could he hear me?
Yes, he can hear you, brother.
All right, cool.
Hold on, though.
P, I mean, congratulations on your daughter. Much love to you. We know your history and your scholarship. But, man, I'm going to keep it a buck. I thought for a quick minute, I was being witnessing to a reenactment of what Cyrus Suit said he did to you and National Black Theater, man. This Christian brother was all in your zone. And all them cats putting up them nines in the chat room, man, need to stop fronting. They know that Christian brother stood in his square. He came with some good information, and he raised some pretty good points. Now, technically speaking, the Christian church and their membership is seen by the conscious community as a weak element. But these Christian brothers been going hard lately. So just the fact that, you know what, let's say some type of mysterious way you did win. That brother gave you a heck of a run for your money. And because he gave you a run for your money as a Christian, I can't give you the win. I ain't putting up no 9 for you. Nah, bro. That boy bust your tail. And I ain't going to go into all the details and whatnot, but I'm just saying, though, I don't see the old school Polight that I was looking at a decade ago. I see a new Polight. You want some funny, laughing, making joke stuff, man, you better get back into the... I don't know what you did back in the day, but you better go back to it. Because these Christian brothers is beating you over there with that fried chicken and that ham.
So I'm going to have to ask you a question, Brother Roy Bay.
Ask me a question.
And I'm not taking no sides. I want to know what point that our brother Battle Truth proved to you to make you say, damn, he got Polight on this. Because I don't know, maybe me and you might be feeling the same thing or saying the same thing. So what point stands out to you, brother?
You see, this is the biasness that goes
on. Man, hold up, brother. What I did was I just asked you a simple question to make sure. Hold on, brother. I'm asking you the question to see if it's just hating, or are you just saying this shit to be? Brother. Let me ask you the question again. On what point stands out to you, so you could tell all of us that's listening that Battle Truth killed him? I mean, me and you might be saying or feeling the same thing on the same point. So what point did he got you to make you say, damn, he killed you, Polight? What point is that? Tell us.
You know what, honestly speaking, Brother Sonetta, first of all, I peeked your little setup question, but I'm going to go ahead and answer you anyway, right?
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, I know. Hey, brother, don't try to interrogate me. You know what I'm saying? I know the rules over here.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Look, man, you know, we have to stop.
Because I'm with you when you say Battle Truth was going in. I mean, that was definitely a hell of a battle, so I'm not taking away nothing from that. And I'm not judging it. I'm just asking you the question that what point stood out. Me and you might be feeling the same shit. Go ahead.
I got you. And don't get me wrong.
Was it the donkey? Was it the donkey?
No, it wasn't a donkey. But listen, don't get me wrong here, brother. Polight is still a master teacher amongst us.
Just answer the question, brother.
All right, you know what? Scratch that comment. Let's get back to Polight getting his tail whooped. The point when the brother made about, and this is the same point that I made a long time ago. You know, Harriet Tubman was a Christian. She believed in Jesus Christ. Now, there's a negative and a positive to that same belief. Because like Polight did say, okay, in Africa, they had a church over where the slave dungeon was. I think he made that comment. But we keep on pretending like these black Christians in America didn't do nothing for our people's struggle. And this is where the conscious community is doing wrong at. Whether he's dealing with the Bible, whatever he's dealing with, the NAACP, all these Christian organizations helped a lot of us get over a lot of troubled waters in our history, and we just want to scratch them and put an unk on our chest and act like other people never made a contribution to our advancement here in the States of America. And that just is not real.
All right. You're going to ask Polight a question, brother? You're going to ask a question?
I mean, I ain't got no real questions for Brother Polight. I just wanted to make a comment so he got his ass busted tonight. That's all.
All right, my brother Roy Bay. Thank you, brother. I appreciate your call. Thank you, brother. Peace. All right. Peace and Black Power family. What's your name and where you calling from?
Peace and Black Power side. This is Minister Craig.
What's going on, Minister Craig?
To respond to Roy Bay at all?
Yes. Hold on, Minister Craig. Hold on, Minister. Go ahead, brother Polight.
Hey, thank you, brother. So let me say this. As far as people pretending that Christians have yet to do anything to contribute towards the advancement of our people, I have nothing to do with that agenda. And in fact, during the debate, I've accredited Muslims, Catholics, and the likes that are from the Black community for contributing to our advancement. However, it just wasn't one of the points of contention as it relates to the debate or the round. So our attention, yet again, has been deferred to a straw man argument. Yes, we can celebrate that Harriet Tubman was of a sect of Christianity. But in order to celebrate that, we would have to simultaneously celebrate the fact she only knew about it or was introduced to it by way of the very criminals that she had to fight against. So where's the celebration at in 2019? I can understand us celebrating that over 100 years ago. I don't understand how to celebrate that now with all this knowledge, being wax wise with wisdom. We got to say, again, it is part of an acculturation process. She used what resources she had to articulate her spirituality or her connection. So she rendered them in Christian terms because that was the only thing she was subject to. Verily, a woman of her intelligence that couldn't read at the time when she put her faith in God, which is very interesting because we had to learn how to read to believe in God. That Christian God comes with literature. No one's going to say that Christian God existed before literature. That Christian God exists within the confines of that literature by the time it becomes Christianity, because Christianity is not the first religion on planet Earth. By the time we're introduced to Christianity, we had to read it and then teach it to our children. So a woman who couldn't read that's considered a Christian shouldn't even be considered a Christian because she adopted Christianity when she was illiterate. So how much a Christian could she be when Christians will be the first one to tell you, yo, you can't just read one verse, brother. You can't just read that paragraph. So let's be for real.
Good fucking point, man.
I'm good.
Hello?
All right. Peace and Black Power family. What's your name and where you calling from?
Peace and Black Power is Minister Craig. How you doing tonight, sir?
What's going on, Minister Craig?
All is good.
Sorry for beating you up the other
Polight.
night, brother. I forgive.
No, man.
My bad.
Listen, that was all right. I enjoyed it actually. Respect for the Polight. You and I spoke a couple of months ago very briefly, and I was with the elder pastor. I was trying to set up a talk with you also. And I'm only going to ask one question because I have so much. Most of the stuff that I would be talking with you with would be outside of the Bible, because my studies go actually beyond just biblical context. Are you aware of what happened since 1963 in America when they took prayer out of the schools?
I have no idea what we aiming for.
Well, this is a very simple question. Are you aware of what has happened in America, and even more so in the Black community, since they passed the law that took prayer out of schools?
I'm say again, I don't know what's to be
I'm just
suggested
asking.
by it.
Well, let me give you an idea.
Because I don't believe in that you guys prayers like that. So
No, it's all right. It's all right. I'm trying to let you know.
Between a lack of prayer in the schools.
The lack of prayer in the schools in the last 50 some odd years or more has caused divorce to go up 300% and pregnancy between 10 and 14-year-olds, 553%. Disease went up 226% in the first 12 years that they took it out. Single parents 353%. Families, 140%. And I'm talking about the general population. I'm not even talking about the black community, because our community was affected even greater than all of the rest of them. Since prayer was taken out of schools, there's been over 30 million abortions since that time. And how many of those are in the black community? We have drug problems. We have violent crime up 550%. We already know what's happening in Chicago. And in the private Christian schools, the SAT scores are over 100 points greater than the general public schools.
And all of this is because of prayer, you said. You're giving all this
yes,
credit.
Since they took prayer out of school, this is a fact. I'm not quoting something I'm making up. This is a fact. You can research it yourself.
My brother, may I say something now?
No, absolutely. I just wanted to put that out there.
No problem. So this is what I want to understand. So God specifically needs us to pray within the confines of a school building where they should be disseminating information to help us advance a further civilization. Our prayers in the church were not as effective as our prayers in school. Is that what you're telling me?
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay,
it's
so
just
hold on, your brother. Hold on, my brother. Because when I hear these statistics, when we take the prayers out of school, I wonder if we have any salvation when it comes to the prayers that's inside the church, and why the school not being a place dedicated to Christ, where church is more likely more dedicated to Christ. How does the school take certain precedence over the response of prayer than that of the church abode, or even the households from which the Christians come from to go somewhere to worship? So that's one.
Excellent.
And then the next question would be, are you aware of how many millions of Africans that prayed in the name of Jesus ended up here, despite their prayers, way more than that of any abortions? No amount of abortions that has transpired since they've taken prayers out of school can amount to the amount of murders that this white man has perpetrated against the black family since the trans-sub-Saharan slave trade by the Arabs that takes you over 1,000 years, and the transatlantic slave trade that takes you over 400 years. No amount of abortions and miscarriages and incest and murders and genocide can compare to any statistic that you would like to suggest has any relativity to prayers in schools, with or without.
Can I answer that? I just want to make sure you finish.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, first of all, our children are in school more than they are with their parents, and in church. So in the first question, because they are in school at least a minimum of 8 hours a day being exposed to it in one form or the other, yeah, it is going to have a greater effect. And as far as the slave trade, yeah, I understand there was over 100 million that died in the trade, but we also have to recognize that a lot of the slave traders were in Islam. A lot of them were black that were doing the capturing. I mean, we have to recognize that it's not just the white man alone that caused the problems with slavery. And something you may not even be aware of, back in 1860, there was a brother named, I believe it's Arthur Johnson, who was a black slave owner in Virginia, a free man who had an indentured slave, that when the indentured slave finished his paying off his bills, he went to court, and it was because of this man, one of the people, that legal precedence that he set back in 1860 that allowed the white slave owners in America to keep their slaves. That's something you need to look up. So I can't put the whole thing on just white people. Now, not that they didn't do what they did, and I'm saying this in all due respect, brother. I do agree with a lot of what you say, especially when it's coming to business and things like that. I do agree with you, and I respect your knowledge. When we first spoke, I just said it was, to me, I felt it was a little incomplete. And there are some things that you don't understand about Christianity because you don't need a Bible to become saved. You don't need a Bible to learn about Christ. Our sister didn't need a Bible to read a Bible to understand what being a Christian was about. And it's an experience that unless you experience it, you can't understand it.
Do you need a Bible to live?
Put it.
Do you need a Bible to live a productive life?
No.
A fulfilling life? Do you need a Bible to live, though?
You don't
to
need
live
a Bible
life, to live a righteous
life. You don't need
life.
a Bible. Let me.
Hold on, let me get the question right. Do you need a Bible to live a righteous life?
Well,
What's that question for?
That's a two-pronged question, and the reason why I say that, if we're going to compare it to God's righteousness, then yeah, you need to learn the Bible, because you're talking about.
No. Listen to the question again. Listen to the question.
I understand.
No, you just said no, brother. Let me ask you, brother. Let me ask you the question. Every man, every being on the planet, do you need a Bible? Should everybody on the planet read and study the Bible in order to live a righteous and successful life? That's the question.
Now, am I in the interrogation room again? Or
no, you're not. I just wanted to make sure you answer the question.
Okay,
Understand the question.
I understood your question.
Go ahead.
I understood your question, but you have to let me finish it.
Answer it.
Okay. From a Christian standpoint, God is holy. We cannot live up to his standard. We can only learn through the Bible how to try to achieve.
Brother, I never see. That's why I said, listen to the question, man. I ain't say live up to the standard of God. I said, do we need a Bible to live a righteous, productive life? That's what I'm asking you.
You can be a good, okay, let me put it this way. You could be a good person. You can be a good person. You could be productive.
And you can live a righteous life, right?
You could gain the whole world, but yet you'll lose your soul. Does that answer your question?
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother. Yes, that answers it. Go ahead, brother.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's why I was trying to answer it the way that I was trying to.
Okay.
Because of the fact that from our standpoint, you can live a good life. You can be a good person. But from our standpoint, you'll lose your soul.
Right. So in order to live a righteous life, you got to read and have a Bible. Check.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, yes, but most people don't see it that way.
So what was we doing? What was we doing thousands of years before the Bible was written, brother? What were we doing then?
What were we doing?
Yeah,
okay.
Like what was we doing back then, brother? When the pyramids and all that was being built, man.
You and I were talking about this before, and it was what I was trying to explain to you. Abraham was not a Christian, neither was he even a Jew. He wasn't a Jew. He was just a man that God used to introduce his law and to bring salvation into the world, because he found, according to the Bible, he found a man that he could trust to do this with, a man that he could enter into covenant with, the old covenant, do you understand, to bring his new covenant in through Christ.
All right, brother. I'm going to have to let you ask one last question, then we got to move on. All right, brother?
No, okay. I'm all right. I just would like to get with him another time.
All right. Thank you, man.
So we can build.
Thank you for calling in, Minister Greg.
With my brother.
All right. Thank you, Minister Greg.
Hey, I want to also say, Polight, I just want to say I'm so happy. When I heard about your daughter, brother, I started praying, and I thank God that he brought your daughter home safely.
All right.
I really appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much.
Man. All right.
Thank you, brother.
I love you, brothers.
Peace, brother.
All right.
All right.
Call from. This is very
Peace and Black Power family. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hello?
Peace and Black Power family. What's your name and where you calling from?
Lucius from Chicago.
All right. What's on your mind, my brother?
All right, what I want to say is that, like, I don't understand, like, how can you debate theology, like, with science when it's like two different things. You know, science deals with the realm of, like, what you can prove, and theology is basically dealing with the realm of belief. So I feel like that would be like an endless debate where you will probably never agree on anything.
Okay.
And then what else I wanted to say? Man, it's slipping my mind right now. But yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say. So how, like, I don't understand, like, it's either one is going to try to convert the other to one, which I feel like would never happen.
All right.
It'll just be like an endless ongoing debate.
All right. We with you on that. Thank you, brother, for your call. Appreciate that. Hey, brother Polight. Brother Polight, how many more callers you want?
I'm with it, but I also like to say something about that.
Go ahead.
We definitely should debate these points, and the debates make perfect sense if both parties believe that they can prove what.
Put your phone on mute, Polight. Put your phone on mute when you're talking.
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so it makes sense.
You talking to me?
Yeah, listen to the screen, brother, because he echoing when he talk on the phone.
Okay, so it makes sense to debate because both parties are saying that speaking from a factual distance, even though you are wise enough to identify.
What he was saying we need to.
Go ahead, Polight.
Even though the brother is wise enough to say, well, these people over here are standing on belief. The people standing on belief say they're standing on fact. So since you say you're standing on fact, now you can come in here and debate. Because now we're supposed to put our facts against each other until we start hearing people go into tangents about what God says and what God thinks and believes. And I want everyone to know this. Every time we have these debates, I wanted to bring it up again. The man sat there and heard you say, look, I'm just drawing up these questions to make it fair. The man sat there and agreed to every question you outlined for the debate premise. Then the man got to bring forth his first round. When I did my first round, he did what everyone does. Bitching, moaning, and groaning. Now he feel like he's set up. he felt terrorized. Yo, they do this all the time. If he had a problem, he would have told you from the gate, yo, fam, I'm not doing a debate on none of that. But he heard you outline the debate and he waited to the end of my round to start talking about conspiracy theory. And I say all of that to say this. A man of God, a man who believes God is communicating through him would never do that. After all that godly talk, it became very messy out here tonight. Because I'm going to tell you this about our good brothers from the Christian community. They don't know when to actually just establish the fact that they're not dealing with facts. That's what handicaps them all the time. They go into these conversations and they start telling you things that God was thinking and saying, and they can't reference it. They'll give you a quote or two. But somewhere in between, they try to drug you and put you asleep and have you thinking that the things they're saying is inside of the Bible when it's not even in there. That's how they feel. That's what they would like to believe. This stuff is so dangerous. You can make it up as you go and believe that you are a prophet of somebody. It's disgusting. They got real messy out here, man. Blood all over the floor. I'll take a few more calls.
Nah, we done on that. We done on the calls.
Hey.
We getting ready to go into 3 hours. We got 2 hours and 48 minutes in. I'm trying to end it before that. So I'm going to let you close out, brother. Unlimited is on you. You got the unlimited floor. Close out, brother Polight.
All right, cool. Okay. I just want to say thank you, brother Si. I had a lot of fun. And despite what Roy Day is saying, and then you're telling them there's a consensus made here. There's a whole chat room of people Put in 9. Press 9 if you believe that I won a debate. People put in 3-0. And then he goes and condemns all those people. Not for several. He let a man say that a donkey can communicate. And it's just one of the miracles of God. If you want to take one thing out about Harriet Tubman, why won't you take that one thing out about the talking donkey and say, you know, I'm not even going to co-sign this black man after that whole donkey affair. See, so what I'm saying is, for him to bring up, the other brother to bring up, hey, you know, we see white women in this, that, and the third. I have no such relationship with white women. That's not a fact. Anything you ever seen with me next to a white woman was something that I posted. And people just get emotional if I just stand next to a damn white woman. He said, you got 3 gods, but I got 4 wives. And I acknowledge and worship them as my God. And let me make this clear for Pastor Bennett. I never suggest that the black woman is anyone else's God. You go all over my media, you'll see that I say the black woman is my God. Just like everybody got the right to worship who they want to worship, I worship the black woman as my God. More especially in the case, my wives. I say the black woman is my God. So it's very interesting because Christian folk will always tell you you shouldn't deny someone of their right to connect with the Creator. Until I say the black woman is my God, then everybody's in my business. So we'll see how that goes with Pastor Bennett. But I can stand on why I have arrived at that conclusion to establish her as my principal form of worship above and beyond anyone or anything. Because I do not agree with the philosophy that just because I do not understand a thing, I must render it the creation of God. Because for all I know, there may be some missing information. Like he said, Battle Troop said, something is made from something. So what is nothing? Nothing has several names because anything lesser than the weight of hydrogen is considered nothing. Hydrogen is considered the sum of things. It starts the sum of things. It's in the elementary. Once you get lesser than a hydrogen atom, now we're not winning in this realm. So whether it's quarks or biapertures or zeddies or zel, however you want to call it, now we're dealing with the quantum world. All right? And we're dealing with a different system of measurement that register as nothing in existence. So even nothing gives you the SUM of things. But you see, that would sound like I'm talking wild and crazy, but these are people who don't take the time out to even understand where the hell their kidneys are. Should be where? Where's your kidneys? Should be below your ribs, behind your stomach. About 4 to 5 inches big, shape of a bean. 2 of them on both sides of your spine. Like, they can never do that. They can never take you into what's in your human body or what your knees don't connect to. These people are nuts. They're going to tell you everything about God. And I guarantee you, if I question them about their own human body, they will know little to nothing. And that is disgraceful. The amount of time they put into speculation when they got real task at hand to serve their actual body so they can enhance their experience on this planet during this lifetime. I say all that to say peace and black power. I appreciate you all. Thank you, Sarnetta, for giving me an opportunity yet again to communicate with my good brothers and sisters about things that I am passionate about. And again, I got love for the brothers and sisters that are from different communities or walks of faith. When we do these debates, it's gloves off. We got to go in. When we're done with the debate, I still love you the same. Please take no hard feelings. Truth is truth until proven otherwise. Peace and black power. Iluvu and Hotep.
All right. Thank you, my brother, for coming over, blessing the platform once again. Polight. This shit was lit all night. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the love and the support, man. And I'll see you next week when you get in with Pastor Bennett. Your hand's going to be full. Pastor Bennett is no joke. He's going through the community and he's beating up the conscious folks. So Brother Polight, Do not take Pastor Bennett lightly. Please make sure you check out the debate he had with Unc. Check out the joint he had with Asar. And
I don't like
be ready
doing
for
that.
Pastor Bennett. I might be rolling with Pastor Bennett on this one, Polite. I
No
might
problem.
be rolling with brother Pastor Bennett on this one. Pastor Bennett is not like a lot of these other ones. He goes in, brother. So
Yeah,
I
I've
want you
heard
to know I
that.
might be with Pastor Bennett on his side. I'm letting you know now, brother.
Hey, I'm with it, man. I don't underestimate nobody's capabilities, and I don't judge them based on any of their previous history. But you're only as good as your last fight. But that's in boxing. When it comes to scholarship, you can't microwave information. You either been doing this for a period of time for you to be seasoned, or your shit is gonna be bland. Just a fact. So I don't never worry because I'm studying every single day. I've never stopped studying, no matter how luxurious my lifestyle may be, no matter how much trips I'm taking back and forth to Dubai, no matter what cars I'm driving or what women I'm around. Anyone that's around me will tell you, I get up 5 a.m. I do my exercise, mental calisthenics and physical. I'm constantly reading. I'm constantly studying. When I'm showering, I'm playing educational material. When I go to bed tonight, I'll fall asleep to educational material. When I wake up, I have to read educational material, education by my standards. Then I have to homeschool. And when I homeschool, I be teaching myself certain things because I have to teach children in such a way that you have to become more creative and more elaborate and detailed to get your point across to them. And then that makes me better at communication and communicate my ideas. And I'm gonna tell you, and I'm not on no ego trip stuff, I've yet to scratch the surface of the type of information that I study because no one has subjected me to a certain level of scrutiny or scholarship for me to really do battle and have those type of builds. I want to have those type of builds, but I've never been put into that space yet because I'm dealing with donkeys and I injected my penis in the woman, all that other stuff. So it makes me having to say anything that I'm really interested in studying. Move. As I got to deal with these people on the level that they talking and connect with the people. So I'm in tune with everything they talk about. And that's why I work real hard to take certain things that they say and do little builds on it in between and then get back to the subject matter in enough time so I can stay on subject and contribute to the subject matter at hand. So it is what it is.
All
I'm
right.
not going to make Pastor Bennett. I'm rocking with him.
All right.
And
Peace to you, my brother. Peace to the family. And we out of here. Thank you, brother Polite. Peace, brother Polite.
Peace.
All right. We out, y'all. That's it. All right, family. Before I leave, I want to send a thank you to all those who came through, who showed some love, who supported. Mario Robinson, thank you, brother, for the support. Amber Glow, thank you. Thank you. G Consciousness. You naming a lot of Christians, Polite. That's what G Consciousness is saying. Willie Dirt. Thank you, my brother. Troy Pittman. Shout out to Troy Pittman for the donations. The guy Dud. Shout out to you. John Berry. Curtis Brown twice. Curtis Brown. All right. Chris Brown. Wow. Chris Brown even came through and showed love. All right. Dr. Oya Ma'at in the building. Thank you, Dr. Ma'at. Queen Throne. Of course, Queen Throne going to show love. Brother Moses, show love. Queen Ma'at Girl TV in the building. Thank you, Queen. I appreciate you. Appreciate that healthy donation you came through with. Tim Fortune, thank you. Appreciate that. And let me go to my Cash App right quick because a lot of people came through. Show love over there as well. Thank you for the love. All right. Where we at? Oh, yeah. Okay. Anthony Rogers, thank you for that donation. Tim Fortune, all right. Helen Helen Malik. I mean, she always come through. You know who I'm talking about. Helena. Yes. Ricardo Redwood. Alicia Gaines. Thank you. My aunt. Matthews Greg. Carlos Huggins. All right. Ruben Elyson. Elmis Burley. Ricardo Hampton. Thank you. Africa Gary and Asante. My son and daughter. Look at that. They came through. They know they're gonna get it back. Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Shout out to all of those who came through, man. And it's still not too late. If everybody would like to go in and throw $1 or $2 in the building, they go to Cash App. I could get another powerful header coming in. All right, set up something nice for the weekend. There it is, right there, family. If y'all wish to sow some love and support, throw $1 or $2 in the building. Peace and Black Power. We out of here, family. We out. Peace.